All right. The world's most evil show. Let's fucking do it.
Listen up, my brothers, I'm about to spit about the world's greatest show. Yeah, this is it. Better prepare your aimers, it's gonna get insane. This dude's out of his mind, Dusty Smith's his name. When Chud Watch drops, it's time to begin to talk about chuds and make fun of them. Then a trash world, oh lord, the world's on fire. Beyond parody shit, this getting so tired. Religious bullshit, you know, and make you feel like dying. Cause they're touching more children than an OBGYN. From zeros to heroes just for one day. It's the world's greatest show and it's coming your way. It's time for the Dusty Show. It's time for the Dusty Show. We all have fun and we never grow old. It's time for the Dusty Show. It's time for the Dusty Show. Yeehaw! It's time for the Dusty Show. We all have fun and we never grow old. It's time for the Dusty Show.
What's up, everybody? It's time for the Dusty Show. Hell yeah. Let me know how my audio sounds. I gotta still fix it, but I'm working on it. At least the video looks better. I realized the last show, the video of me was turned way fucking down, so it looks better, not quite as washed out and shit. So how the fuck's everybody doing? Welcome to the universe's finest news program. It's the Dusty Show, and nothing particularly evil tonight, but it's a fucking evil world. Holy shit, the United States of Israel, our government has decided to suspend the Constitution because a foreign government told them to, which seems bad. Yeah, it seems bad to me. So we're going to cover that. About half the fucking show going to be covering that. God damn it. Somebody got to cast the spotlight on it. Missed the Wednesday show. I told you guys I was going to miss it, though. I had to go out of town again. Every once in a while, I have to go out of town and help people. So I did that. And I don't have to go out of town, I don't think, again for another 3 months. So that's good. That's good. So hopefully I get back on to doing 3 shows a week. Seems a little bit loud, a little bit hot. Let me turn it down a little bit. How's that? That looks better to me on my end. So anyway, we got to get it back going, get back on schedule with the world's greatest show. 3 shows, count them 3. So hell yeah, appreciate you. I missed you guys, and I hate missing shows because look at this, folks. Every time I miss a show, it's like a million things to cover. Look at all this. You know how hard it is to organize all these links? How many hours it takes, not just to collect this stuff, but to fucking organize it? Good God. What a pain in the ass. So, hey, as always, if you like what I do and you watch a couple of my shows a week, maybe super chat me. It's the lifeblood of the show. I answer all the questions. That is my job. And over here, there's a dollar sign. You click on it. Boom, right there. And then you donate whatever you want to. And I'm a hoe. I read everything you say, and you can immortalize yourself forever and ever in the world's greatest show. Great way to do it. It's cheaper than cameos. So support me and the floating cats. No floating cats right now, but I assure you, there are floating cats in this room, and they will appear from time to time as they're wont to do. So hell yeah! Let me see what you guys got to say. That's a lot of shit to cover. That is a lot of shit to cover. It is all garbage on this garbage planet. Best show in the world. Hey, thank you, Slacker Jake. You have amazing taste. I appreciate you. Thank God for the after parties. Hell yeah. And gonna do it once again tonight. Available to all of you Dust Buddies and patrons. So be sure to tune into the after party after the show. I can afford a super chat. Wow, that makes you a dirty, sexy poor. You're not a hero, but I still want to fuck you. So whatever. Why you so dirty? Why you so sexy? Why you so poor? Anyway, let's go ahead and kick the show off, folks. Prepare to get incredibly fucking depressed. And raise your fist. It's time to free Palestine. Hell yeah. Doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. But I don't know whether to be encouraged about what's going on the campuses across the country, or even more in terror of what the fuck's going on. I guess we'll discuss it. First off, they uncovered more bodies at the mass grave, breaking 392 bodies found in the mass grave, of which 20 bodies were buried alive. Yes, war crimes from the terrorist organization, the IDF, the government of Israel. Handcuffed children, buried alive outside of the hospitals. Remember, they never bombed a hospital, folks. They never do that. They bombed every hospital, killed hundreds of people, and then buried their bodies, some of them alive in mass graves. Super cool, Israel. Yay. I'm glad we're no longer allowed to talk about it in America. Breaking. 324 bodies recovered from Nasser Hospital Tuesday. Saw the retrieval of 51 fallen individuals from diverse backgrounds and ages. Among them, 30 were recognized, while the identities of the others remain a mystery, adding to the tally of 324 souls retrieved thus far at the complex. Imagine if any other country in the world did this. Imagine if Palestinians had done this to Israel. They found a mass grave of Israelis with 400 bodies. Non-stop coverage in the New York Times. Meanwhile, I couldn't find it. In fact, I read a whole article the other day from the New York Times about the protests going on in college campuses, and it did not mention a single time in the article what they were protesting about. It was all about how it was anti-Semitic, and no mention. So it's terrifying. I'll tell you what, I've been doing this show for 15 years. I've been alive on this planet for 50 years. Been covering politics ever since I was a kid. This is the scaredest I've ever been, to be honest with you. I've always just kind of laughed it off and not tried to take any of this stuff too seriously. But seeing what's happened right in front of our eyes with the news media, how they're selectively covering things, how they're editing out things, how they're wagging the dog. I've literally never seen anything like this before, folks. And I don't know what's going to become of this. I'm hoping that these protests will spread all around the country. I'm hoping that this is just the beginning and this won't fizzle out, but I'm worried it's going to fizzle out and then it's going to lead to nothing. Yep. Breaking, Palestinian civilian defense has discovered 20 children were buried alive by the IDF in mass graves outside the Nasser hospital. Remember? 40 beheaded babies. Joe Biden got on TV, repeated the lie about the 40 beheaded babies from Palestinians. Crickets. Nothing about any of this, folks. Nothing. They don't give a shit. They don't work for us. They don't care about us. They're racist war criminals. That's who's in charge of us right now. And yep, don't look away, folks. Don't look away. It's hard. But don't look away. Because Joe Biden did this. The United States government, it did. We're responsible. We're covering up for it. We paid for it. I paid my taxes. I just paid to murder this kid. I'm evil. That's the way it fucking works. A good person would have thrown their goddamn body as against the gears of the machine and gone to jail, but I did not. We are all culpable in this. Some dipshit last week's like, I don't support either side. Well, first off, fuck you. If you're not supporting the Palestinian side, then you're human garbage. You're a monster. I don't give a shit who you support. If you paid your fucking taxes, you're supporting this. It don't matter what your ideology goddamn is. It matters what your fucking actions are. Meanwhile, mass graves. Let's ask the Joe Biden administration what they think about it.
On Saturday, Palestinian civil defense crews have uncovered a mass grave with 180 people, including women, men, and children, that Israel had basically killed those people. That's what they're saying. Are you aware of the report, and do you have any comment on it?
I've seen those reports, and we are inquiring about it with the government of Israel.
Oh, good.
Will the U.S. press the Israelis to find out more about this?
That's exactly what we're doing.
Okay.
Yes, don't worry. We're asking Israel about it. We're letting them investigate themselves. No independent investigation whatsoever. Just let the criminals investigate themselves. Hey, we should have let OJ investigate himself, right? Sure. I'm sure he would have found himself guilty, right? We should let all killers investigate themselves. We're treating Israel like they're the United States police. Meanwhile, people like this. Patel, giant sack of shit working for the Joe Biden administration. Here's how they respond to the question.
The Gaza Civil Service today held a press conference this morning, which was televised, and they said that evidence showed that many of those pulled out from the 3 mass graves that they found, including children, were tortured before being killed. Some even showed signs of being buried alive, along with other crimes against humanity that they accuse Israeli forces of. They called for an independent forensic investigation. This administration repeatedly says that it asks Israel, the Israeli government, to investigate itself. As a mediator for peace between Israelis and Palestinians, how does it ever make sense that the United States asks the accused party to examine itself and provide reports that you have previously said that you actually trust? What's wrong with an independent scientific forensic investigation? I mean, if the results of such an independent investigation prove the accusations to be baseless, then that would be in Israel's favor, wouldn't it?
So, as it relates to the continued reporting about, we're seeing about these mass graves, first National Security Advisor Sullivan spoke a little bit about this yesterday, but we continue to find these reports incredibly troubling, and that's why yesterday you saw the National Security Advisor call for this to be thoroughly investigated. We want to see these facts looked into, and simultaneously we're continuing to press the government of Israel for more information. The IDF has spoken to this in some sense already, but we are continuing to press them for additional information.
But why not have an independent forensic scientist, which the Palestinians are calling for?
We think this does need to be thoroughly investigated, but in terms of the modality, we continue to want to see some additional information from the government of Israel before we make other assessments.
But you're asking the accused to investigate itself.
We believe that through a thorough investigation, we can get some additional answers. We're also hoping to continue to get more information from the government of Israel on this.
But they don't give a shit. They are never going to investigate. They're going to just wait till Israel investigates itself, and then they kick the can down the road and they never talk about it. There's some new atrocity that's going to happen that they're going to say, hey, wait, we're waiting for the investigation for this, right? Don't jump to conclusion for this. And then months down the road, another one. And never responsible for anything. Never hold them accountable for anything. That's the United States policy, folks. Meanwhile, what's wrong with the independent side of investigation? We're continuing to press the government of Israel for more information. But Israel, I asked an IDF spokesman if Israel plans to investigate the mass graves found in Khan Yunis. Investigate what? He replied, after calling the reports fake news. So they investigated themselves, folks. And they found, hey, it's just fake news. Never happened. So now what, United States government? Nothing. More bombs, more death, more destruction. War crimes, war criminals, the United States of Israel in full fucking swing. We are the terrorists now. Meanwhile, remember, folks, I had dipshits in my comments saying this. Dusty, Joe Biden says he's going to build a pier to bring in aid. How come you're calling him out for continuously supporting sending the bombs, paying for the atrocities? How come you're holding him accountable for that when he says he's going to make a pier to push aid into Gaza, which itself is bullshit? He should demand that Israel open their fucking borders, stop seizing the trucks, stop the protesters from stopping the trucks from going across, immediately pull back any funding, charge them with war crimes, put the pressure on them to make sure the aid actually gets into Gaza instead of dumping the goddamn crates in the ocean where the Gazans can go out and drown themselves in the fucking oceans. The pier idea was a weaselly, pussy-ass sack of shit plan to goddamn begin with, but even fucking it was a lie. It's been 48 days since Biden promised a Gaza floating pier within 2 months. Now they're admitting they've started no work on it. Zero physical construction of the pier or the causeway. Just lies and bullshit they say to put us off so they can do a couple more months of genocide, folks. That's all that's fucking happening here. Meanwhile, Joe Biden want to shit down our throat and promises his pumpkin pie every goddamn day of the week. The gaslighting. They really care about global warming. He's a progressive president. Really gives a shit about it. No, Israeli bombing of Gaza emitted 281,000 metric tons of carbon. Carbon emissions generated during the first 2 months alone exceeded the annual carbon footprint of more than 20 of the world's most climate vulnerable nations, folks. Accelerating the demise of not just the Gazans, but all of us, the entire world, for Israel. Anything, even the destruction of our grandchildren, even the destruction of our planet, anything for Israel. From this fucking monster, from this zombie who could barely say his own goddamn name in charge of us. Butcher Biden. Meanwhile, folks, you want to know what they think of us? I'm not saying that all people that follow the Jewish religions are racist, but just like every fucking other religion, Judaism is racist as fuck. Its foundations are racist. Its foundations are on that they're God's chosen people, right? Which means all the rest of us fucking ain't. And when you start out with that presupposition, obviously it's incredibly easy to be racist against anybody who is in your outgroup, which is exactly what's happened generation after generation after generation. Anyone who's not Jewish be called goys. We are to be their slaves. We are to work for them. We are fodder. Some quotes from the former Sephardi chief rabbi of Israel on Gentiles. Goyim were born only to serve us. Without that, they have no place in the world, only to serve the people of Israel. In Israel, death has no dominion over them. With Gentiles, it will be like any person. They need to die, but God will give them longevity. Why? Imagine that one's donkey would die. They lose their money. This is his servant. That's why he gets a long life, to work well for this Jew. Why are Gentiles needed? They will work, they will plow, they will reap. We will sit like an Effendi and eat. That is why Gentiles were created. He also believes Hurricane Katrina was divine punishment over and over and over again. We see this in lots and lots of the Jewish teachings. And this is how they treat us, folks. This is how they feel about us. And they're right. Who can deny that they are right? Jews are the superior people. The Zionists. Not to be conflated with Jews. So a lot of Jews oppose this. The Zionists are the rulers of this planet, though. They are our bosses. We are their slaves. They are telling the truth. Joe Biden works for them. I work for them. I work my ass off. I get 30% tax because I'm self-employed. Google gets $1. The government gets $1. I get $1. I make 30% because my money has to go to my rulers, my owners, so they can kill more children. And by God, are they good at it? By God, have they taken over our whole fucking country? Suspended our Constitution. And yes, now they're getting up in public and blaming black folks. Of course they are. Here's a senior Israeli council member in Atlanta.
The major problem of Israel is with the young generation of the black community.
That's right, black community.
Black Lives Matter starts there.
Now they're talking about how they need to have more agents go into the black community, brainwash them, bring them over into believing that Jews are God's chosen people and Jewish first, Israel first, is America first. Because black people are so cool, I guess, they lead us all. So they got to go in there, they got to start on that community next.
I had last week a dinner, sit-down dinner at my house with 40 people, which are considered the leadership of the black community. And it's very important people. They can be part of our doing an activity.
Yeah, I can bring the black folks along. We can use them. We can use their oppression to help push our genocide. Because who is going to oppose black people and everything they've been through? So let's just hijack the black movement and use it for evil. That's exactly what the fuck she's saying. If I need better weed, send me some. But if you start smarting off, I'm going to get rid of you. So watch your fucking mouth. And this is why I don't argue with them online, folks. If a Zionist, if a pro-Israeli person comes on my Facebook, comes on my Twitter, starts arguing with me, starts spreading propaganda, I just delete them. There's no reason to argue with these people because there's a very good chance you're dealing with trolls, paid Zionist trolls, whose job is to spread propaganda, misinformation, to waste your time. So you don't have time to do productive things. You're busy arguing with these motherfuckers. And you'll also notice how American they all sound because they basically are just Americans. They're Americans who go over to Israel, sell everybody out for Zionism, and spread their fucking evil online. Video proof you're arguing with IDF troll farms in the replies.
It is well known nowadays that what happens on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube has great influence on events as they occur on the ground. The internet, too, is a battleground. It is thus comforting to learn that the IDF employs soldiers whose job titles are new to the military world. The IDF now has soldiers who tweet, share, like, and more.
I just wrote a tweet about how many suspected terrorists were arrested in the West Bank last night. About every day we update the Twitter.
Yeah, totally tubular. Awesome. Yeah, it sounds so fucking American, and there's a reason for that.
First thing in the morning, how many were arrested, and I just wrote a tweet about it.
What kind of comments do you get to that kind of tweet?
For the most part, we get retweets, which are basically when the user takes what we tweeted out and they make it their status on Twitter. And then most of the comments we get are very polarizing. We get very positive.
Because that's the whole point, to polarize people, to divide us and conquer us, which you were excellent at doing.
Comments like, good job, and then we get very negative comments.
We meet the soldiers of the IDF spokesman's unit, New Media Desk, on another routine day in which they surf the web's blogs and social world. The reader's response, or talkbacks, are also an opening for much anti-Israel and anti-Semitic content. The IDF blocked the option of talkbacks to videos on its YouTube channel. However, it promises that on other channels, which include a Facebook page that is about to be launched, serious and respectable comments will be allowed, and the IDF will ask...
Yeah, we don't allow you to comment. We love free speech, though, but you can't comment on our YouTube videos. We promise someday we'll have a YouTube channel where certain approved comments are allowed, so hooray!
To them.
We had comments open on our YouTube channel, and that did not work out particularly well. People were writing really horrific comments.
Yeah, like the truth. Like, hey, why are you killing? Would you guys stop? Fuck. It's very unhelpful. Don't do that goddamn again. Yeah, people calling us out for our war crimes. They can't fucking have that. Hell no. Gotta remove all the comments so only we can spread our fucking propaganda. And that's how I'm starting to fucking operate. My platform. Fuck everybody else. Can't use my platform to spread your bullshit. Only I can use my platform to spread my bullshit. And, meanwhile, apparently this video was banned in America, this Al Jazeera coverage, where they found on hidden video Americans who are willing to go to Israel, sell out our country, and spread Zionist propaganda for $50,000 a year.
I'm about to show you footage from an undercover Al Jazeera investigation that was actually blocked from release in the United States and then subsequently leaked online.
It was basically just like Noah Pollock coming and being like, look, there are these jihadis who basically support suicide bombing, and they're at a campus, and you have to stop them. Do you know what my worst nightmare is? I'm actually not kidding. It's a photo of Dion and I together, and we're just like clearly identifiable, and they're like, oh, who are these like traitors who sold out to the Jewish?
Well, there you are.
I'm like, we did. We cost $50,000 plus benefits.
The way you're putting it.
They love it though. They don't care about us. They love bragging about how evil they are and putting it in our face. And even though we know we can see that guy's face, nothing happens to them. There is no accountability. So why not get off on it?
No. This is AstroTurf. No, this is actually the definition. There's a bus.
What does that mean?
So it's when you set up things.
It's the difference between grassroots and AstroTurf.
It's not that AstroTurfing is wrong. It's just that like your AstroTurf has to be like committed.
We have our people?
No, we support democratic society, but if you don't want to, we denounce extremist groups. ASJP, what do you think of this?
Yep, say no to anti-Semitism. Black guy getting paid $50,000 a year to hold signs and use his blackness, use the plight of the black people to spread racism, to spread evil, to spread child murder. This is what gets rewarded in our society, folks.
Child suicide bombers?
This is how they operate, and we pay for it. $200 billion we have sent to them, and we're paying for it, folks. We are paying for them to brainwash us. We are paying for them to propagandize us. We are owned, bought and paid for with our own money. Bought and paid for. People like John Fetterman receive hundreds of thousands of dollars from the Israeli government. One of Fetterman's ex-aides says utter lack of any empathy for the Palestinians being slaughtered made morale among his staffers plummet last year. By the end of March, 4 members of Fetterman's communications teams had quit. Though not in tandem, he loves attention and he loves Israel, so this is the perfect combination. I bet he gets reelected, folks. I've lost a lot of fucking subscribers, support for saying this, but so many of the Democrats are just as much as cult members as the Republicans are. Willing to eat any kind of shit anybody with a D next to their name feeds them. Willing to support this shit. I bet he gets reelected. This is why I will never call myself a Democrat again. I will fight hard against evil on every goddamn side. And meanwhile, the oppression Olympics continues. Oppression fetish. That's what they have, folks. Their entire identities are wrapped up in the fact that everybody hates them. Not because of anything that they've done, but because they're God's chosen people. It's the devil, y'all. And they find oppression everywhere they go. They play the victim everywhere they can. So this guy orders an Uber, a black car for 4 instead of an SUV for 5 people, orders one without a child seat, and the fact that the Uber driver cancels the trip because they didn't order the right type of car. Immediately, he calls the driver anti-Semitic, claims it's because he's Jewish and being profiled.
You are 5 people, you got Uber Black, and you said I'm making up that you need to... Okay, so explain what you're doing.
Get out of the way.
Please explain what you're doing.
I'm being
Please
harassed.
explain. You know what happened to CEO.
You're racially profiling us.
You're saying I racial profile you? You are 5 people, you book a black car?
Girls, go inside.
And you tell that I
You're
racial
threatening me.
profile?
You're threatening me.
No, don't stay.
You're threatening me. I feel threatened.
For what?
You are threatening my children.
Say your children.
You are threatening my
You
children.
said that you're a lawyer.
I
Hey,
am.
Stay far from me.
You got out of the car. You are the
Stay
aggressor.
far.
That's how the
I'm
law
closing
works.
the door.
You're the aggressor.
I'm closing my door.
You're the aggressor.
See.
You got out and chased me.
I'll make sure that...
You do that. Big shot. Let's see how far
Big
that
shot.
gets you.
5 people.
Let's see
Uber
how
Black.
far it gets
Let's
you.
be honest.
You're the aggressor.
You're try for what?
You're the aggressor.
Man, please call.
I heard
so
you say. I
wouldn't-
heard you say under your
Poor guy.
breath he was Jewish.
What? What?
I heard you say.
Oh
I don't
my
wanna
God,
take
you are
Jews.
sick.
I heard you say. I don't
You're
wanna take
sick.
Jews.
They lie. They lie. It's part of their character, their mentality, Zionist. They have to lie. They think they are morally obligated as God's chosen people to slander anyone as anti-Jewish for even the smallest slight.
You're sick. You are sick.
It's a
You're
hate
sick.
crime now. A hate crime, folks. And
You
there
are
is real anti-Semitism in the world, but all this does is downplay it. All this does is cheapen when actual real anti-Semitism takes place. It gives them shield. It gives them shelter to hide behind all this fake bullshit that you're making up in order to play the victim. If anything is anti-Semitic, it is your fucking actions. It is you trying to associate Jewishness with this fucking behavior.
Sick. Fuck you. Leave me alone. Sick. You're sick. Sick. This guy. So this guy already knew. Lower point. This guy tried to book 2 little kids, which one's supposed to have a jumper seat, and book me as a black car. As soon as I saw it, they complained. They said I have SUV. Of course they did. They wanted to put the little kids on top of their laps with the belts, then start to say that it was a lawyer of Uber, and then he said that you heard what he said about the Jewish things. These people are sick. You're gonna help me to make this person famous, okay? Please.
Yeah, that's what we see over and over and over again, folks. They don't know how to exist unless they are somebody's victim. So here's the reason that they do that, though. It's real simple to understand. Because they know deep down in their heart they're genociding the Palestinian people. They know they're murdering lots of children. And the only way to make them feel okay about it, the only way they can wake up and look in the mirror and live their lives, is if they convince themselves that there is a reason that they're child murderers. There's a reason they're committing genocide. And that's because everybody hates them simply because they're Jewish, which gives them carte blanche to do whatever kind of evil they want to their fellow humans. But we see right the fuck through that. It doesn't make you any less evil because you make up fucking reasons that you're oppressed. And hell, here's Sink. Jeek, whatever the fuck his name is. I got left to go to Sink. I agree with him here. He fucking nails it in this clip.
Poor little tiny Israel, and Hamas is this gigantic power crushing Israel. What are you guys talking about? Hamas has got pea shooters. They did terrible damage on October 7th. Now Israel's done 30 times worse to the civilians. They've massacred civilians after civilians after civilians. Israel is Goliath. It is not David. It is the Germans in terms of military power. It is not the Jews. The Palestinians are the equivalent of the Jews during the Holocaust. They have been put into ghettos, and they have said, you have no freedom. You will serve us and serve us only. And right now they're saying, we're going to have permanent occupation. And wait, so were the Jews not supposed to fight back against the Germans? Do the Palestinians, hold on.
The Jews are the only ones who are allowed to fight back. I say American college kids have the right to defend themselves, but nope.
Hold on. Do the Palestinians not have a right to defend themselves? Does it only go one way, where Israel can crush? And how dare you lowly Palestinians fight back? Yep. How dare you? Now we'll kill 30 times more of you and we'll occupy you forever and ever and ever. And we're supposed to accept that? Are you guys nuts? They're never going to accept it. Never, ever.
They don't want them to, though. They want them to fight back because it gives them more excuse to commit more terror, more genocide, more murder. That's the whole fucking point.
I love you, but if you think that the Palestinians are now more anti-Hamas and more pro-Israel, you have lost your mind. They despise Israel, and they will fight. And hold on, this is the most important point. They are going to fight Israel forever, not because they hate the Jews. Oh my God, they're Nazis. Oh, for no reason at all. They were just walking by and all these Jews came by and they hate them. No, they took their land and they still have it. They have them under their thumb. They can cut off the water, the power, the food, and they're starving them to death. And you think that, what, they just coincidentally hate the Jews and that's their driving ideology? No, they're fighting you because you're occupying them. This is the most obvious thing in the world. Why did the Armenians fight the Turks? Why did the Greeks fight the Turks? Why did everyone fight the Turks at the end of World War I and the end of the Ottoman Empire? Not because they hate the Turks, but because we were occupying them. And if the Greeks said we want to kill them all, which they did, that did not give us a right to go back into Greece, occupy Greece for 75 years and go, how dare you defend yourself? You hate Turks. We get to kill you forever.
All right, well, we'll pick up on that because this is
Preach! Very well said. I saw Jink hanging out with RFK Jr., which is a little disappointing, but also I sort of understand. He is looking for any outlet he can not to vote for Joe Biden, Butcher Biden, the murder of all these children. Just trying to find any other avenue, which I kind of fucking get, right? Who wants to vote for mass murder and war crimes? Who wants to vote for this evil fucking ghoul who can barely walk and barely say his name, tell us how much Israel has a right to defend themselves while he sends by and murders children? Nobody wants to vote for that. Nobody who's got an ounce of empathy, who's sane. But meanwhile, the United States of Israel, folks, they're not even pretending anymore. Now, Netanyahu, anti-Semitic moms have taken over leading universities in the United States. This cannot stand.
What's happening on America's college campuses is horrific. Anti-Semitic mobs have taken over leading universities. They call for the annihilation of Israel. They attack Jewish students. They attack Jewish faculty. This is reminiscent of what happened in German universities in the 1930s.
Uh-huh.
It's unconscionable.
Oh. A guy who killed 15,000 children, calling people who are trying to get him to stop murdering children unconscionable. All this is nothing but a distraction. This is so transparent. Turn the people who are against the genocide into the enemies while you do the genociding. Backed by the United States government. And it seems to be fucking working.
It has to be stopped. It has to be condemned and condemned unequivocally. But that's not what happened. The response of several university presidents was shameful. Now, fortunately, state, local, federal officials, many of them have responded differently, but there has to be more.
Yeah, luckily, all the politicians we bought off are suspending the Constitution and destroying free speech in America while we genocide, commit war crimes. That's great, but more needs to be done by you slaves in which we own. You better get your populace under control. You better squelch their free speech, destroy their constitution, lock them up as we murder children, or we might have to come for you next. What are you going to fucking do? Stand up against Israel? Fuck no, you're not. And don't get it twisted, folks. A lot of Jewish students are not for this. I am a Jewish student at university where students today held a peaceful protest. What was most reminiscent of Nazi Germany was watching a force of state troopers in riot gear take over our campuses, and that's exactly what happened. Fascism, the new Nazi regime of Israel, has decided to take over the goddamn United States. And this student telling you exactly how the game is played.
Most definitely. If the police had never came, we would have followed the schedule set out by PSC. It was a variety of scholastic teach-ins, lunch breaks. It was, study hours on the lawn, a peaceful demonstration. And now that the police have come, it has now turned into like a clash of students wanting our own campus sovereignty and UT Austin and UTPD and state troopers trying to quell dissent.
That's exactly why they sent all the cops out, folks. They're trying to cause a problem. They're trying to cause a pushback so they can arrest all these people and make it look like the protesters are the criminals here. Not the child murderers, not the genociders, not the ethnic cleansers. The people that are wanting that to end are the criminals. They're the terrorists, which is exactly why they sent all the jackbooted thugs out, which is exactly what they did, folks. Here we go. The United States of Israel sending the fascists out to destroy free speech in America. Riot cops standing next to this sign. No irony whatsoever. The sign, which is always there at the Texas University, says, "What starts here changes the world. It starts with you and what you do each day. Thank you for making it your Texas. Thank you for making it our Texas." Yep. Good old free speech absolutum in Texas, where people with batons, guns, go beat students for trying to stop genocide in our name. And it's happening all across the country, folks. This video is unbelievable. Students and teachers are being arrested for protesting U.S. support for atrocities and genocide. Here they are, pushing the students back, attacking them, pretending like they're the bad guys while they murder children. Here they are, arresting journalists, assaulting journalists. And you might be thinking, is this legal? Fuck no, this is not legal. This is about as unconstitutional as it gets. They don't give a fuck. Because at the end of the day, it's not them that's going to have to pay for the lawsuit. They abuse us, and then we get charged when people sue them and win. So they can violate our civil rights, they can destroy the Constitution, and then they can charge us the bill when they get in trouble for it. Because they don't get in trouble for it. We get in trouble for it. Imagine if this was happening in China, folks. Imagine. It will be on every fucking front page about how the communist Chinese government squelching protest, beating protesters, destroying free speech. Crickets from the New York Times, crickets from the Washington Post, crickets from the mainstream media. Fascism has taken control of this goddamn country with the support of our media. Yes, we are now the United States of Israel. We are under occupation by Israeli lobbies. A foreign government runs us. They own our politicians. They openly brag about it. They suspend our Constitution. They beat our children as they kill their neighbors' children. And our politicians just shovel shit down our goddamn throat every day. And yes, as I showed you, Texas cop arresting a journalist. And yes, this is one of our journalists. It sure is. A camera person with Fox Austin has been arrested. No more Constitution. No more freedom of the press. You have no rights. Israel says we don't have any rights. We don't have any rights, folks. Owned. We are owned by the new gods. The Zionists. And yeah, this guy's anti-Semitic too, I guess. This Jew. Jews say ceasefire now. Arrest his ass. He's anti-Semitic too. Because even if you're Jewish, if you don't support child murder, you're anti-Semitic. All of us are terrorists now, folks. All of us. Meanwhile, the good guys, the cops, arresting professors trying to stand in solidarity with their students, trying to use their platform, their positions to keep their students safe, getting arrested.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Is there anything I can do for you
by
right now?
police wearing masks because the police don't want to be identified, just like third world countries, folks. These terrorists don't want anybody to know who they are as they abuse us, as they take away our Constitution, as they suspend our freedoms. They're terrified we might know who they are. Meanwhile, this is the sheriff philosophy at the department of Emory University, arrested by Atlanta police. The jackbooted thugs arresting everybody, folks. Here's NYU having their own faculty arrested instead of divesting from genocide, instead of stopping supporting the murder of children. They would rather arrest their own employees. This is liberal New York.
In my own house. In front of my own office.
In front of his own office. Trespassing, folks. Look how liberal they are in New York, folks. Isn't that so liberal? Don't liberals run everything? Arresting their own faculty for freedom of speech. Haven't seen anything like this since the Vietnam era, folks. And yes, abusing the students, attacking them, beating them, throwing old ladies, old men to the ground, body slamming people, tasing over and over again, torture.
Disperse! Disperse! Disperse!
You don't have any freedom if Israel says you don't have any freedom, folks. You don't have a constitution. You don't have a right to defend themselves. Only Israel has that. You will sit there in silence, or you will be arrested and abused. You will act like the good little slave you are, or you will suffer the consequences. And meanwhile, they got snipers on the fucking roofs of schools now, folks. Just in case any of you students gets out of line, you guys are looking a little Hamazi. We might have to pop your melon a little bit in the good old United States of America. Meanwhile, more gaslighting. Here they are trying to tell us that those are not snipers we're seeing. The Zionists taking over the community notes on Twitter. A Ohio State University spokesman has explained that the people stationed on the roofs are watchers, not snipers. Yeah, this is a watcher, folks. The guy with the sniper rifle aimed at the students is not a sniper. Who are you going to believe? Them or your own lying eyes? Hey, if you don't believe them instead of your eyes, you're anti-Semitic. You'd hate to be a racist. Better start believing them instead of what you see with your own fucking eyes, folks. Meanwhile, this professor charged with battery. They charge her with a crime, even though she was the one who was assaulted. She's over there trying to protect her students. What are you doing? Why are you abusing these students? Why are you doing this? Stop. Here they come. Here's a fat motherfucker. Doe bitch. Gonna go assault a goddamn professor for trying to defend one of our students. Yeah, look, let me break your arm. Let me break your arm for trying to stop genocide. The cops, as usual, don't work for us. The cops now a fully owned subsidy of the Israeli government. Nobody allowed to speak out against them. Nobody allowed to have any rights. You must allow the child murders to continue, or else you are enemy number one. We will torture you. We will beat you. We will imprison you. In the United States of America. Meanwhile, Joe Biden fucking crickets. Joe Biden supporting this. Democrats supporting this, folks. Because you'd hate for Donald Trump to win. Imagine how much worse it'd be, right? Meanwhile, folks, it doesn't matter how proper your actions are. This protester literally telling everybody they need to disperse because the cops are going to arrest them, and he doesn't want everybody to get arrested, so we did good, we protested, but disperse now before the cops arrest you. 100% backing the cops, telling everybody what the cops said. Let's see if the cops treat him with any respect.
energy. We want you to stay tuned. If you're following us, if you're on our chats, please look there for our updates. We need everyone to disperse now to avoid arrest. Please, thank you for the energy. We need to disperse. We cannot keep marching. All right, we appreciate.
There'll be another march soon. There'll be another march soon.
We have to disperse, y'all. They're giving us a pain in the ass, but we have to disperse.
Yeah, don't drum. Okay. You're the leader. You're the leader. Yeah, you are. If you don't drum, we're good. If you don't drum, we're good.
So he did exactly what they wanted to do. He tried to get them to disperse.
Okay, here's one way to get out, and we go out that way. You're still in the same group.
Now he's just trying to work with the cops to find a safe way for everybody to exit.
So we could actually disperse. See, but you didn't let us do that. See, so now you're upset. But we heard what I'm saying. No, I mean, get out of here. No. Yeah, we need to disperse. What we're saying. Like, what we're saying is we
start moving. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So now they go grab him and arrest him, even though he was the one doing the cops' bidding and trying to get everybody to disperse. Because there's nothing you can do. Even if you do exactly what they say, they still treat you like you're the criminal, like you're the terrorist, the jackbooted thugs. There is no reasoning with these people. Look at this fucking cunt in front. All these dough bitches. These fucking bullies. Anything for Israel. You will serve and you will love it. Meanwhile, more video of this woman. Remember the woman that wore the shirt that said Jew was trying so hard to instigate a response so she could play the victim because it's her entire personality. She's nothing. She has nothing if she's not a victim. Watch how pathetic this is, folks. Watch how hard she is trying to get attention, trying to get somebody to yell at her, trying to get some kind of response to no avail. Right in front of a Jews for Palestine sign. Yeah, that's because no one is doing shit to you, you stupid cunt. Obviously, you're not afraid. You're in no danger. You're pretending. You're LARPing. You're fucking pathetic.
Look at my face.
Unfortunately, I had to, but it's pretty fucking ugly.
I'm not afraid.
Yeah, I know.
Put my face on camera.
So desperate for attention. Please pay attention to me. Show my face. Nobody cares, bitch. Dox me. She said dox me.
Dox me.
Nobody cares. They're just dancing around her. Look at her. It's so pathetic. She's trying so hard to be a victim. Have you ever seen anything more pathetic in your fucking life? This is the absolute face of the Zionist movement. These whiny titty babies murdering children, begging to be oppressed. Because like I said, folks, the only way they can justify all the child murder in their mind is to tell themselves that everybody hates them, so they have to murder all these children to keep themselves safe. If they admit to themselves that they actually are safe, that they are the evil ones, that they are the child murderers, their whole world will fall apart. They can't do that. Can't live in any kind of fucking reality. And then they send their annoying fucking children out to cry crocodile tears about how horrible it is to see people who don't want children in Palestine to be murdered. Look at these little shits.
Just blocking the road.
I just want to talk man to man. You might be stuck shut down the
But you ain't a man, so nix that shit in the bud.
It's for safety purposes.
You promise you won't post this?
No, we're gonna post it, you little fucking shit. Go home. Isn't it past your bedtime?
The what? No.
Matt, you promise you won't post this? You promise? I appreciate it. First off, what's your guys' names?
Yeah, my name's Fuck You, Eat Shit.
Sir?
I don't talk to strangers.
I'm not exposing
sorry. No.
you.
I'm sorry.
I
my mom told me not to talk to strangers.
Okay, so I need to hear your name.
Like,
Alright.
I can listen, but I can't talk
All
to
good.
strangers. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's happening to Palestinians? I truly think it is. But at the same time, what is Israel supposed to do?
Stop the apartheid state. Stop murdering all the children. Stop the war crimes. Stop the ethnic cleansing. Not that complicated.
Supposed to just let Hamas attack them
Oh my God.
Behead their babies.
Behead their babies? Oh my God. Is Palestine supposed to allow that? Are they supposed to allow 15,000 children to be killed with no defense? Are they not supposed to defend themselves? Are they supposed to let the water be cut off, the food be cut off, the checkpoints, the boot on their throat forever, strangling them to death? What are they supposed to do? Nothing. Just lie down and allow it to happen. Because, you know, you are slaves and you will love it.
Like, what are they supposed to do? I don't understand.
I don't understand. Yes, you do. We've all explained it to you. You know exactly what they're supposed to do. You don't give a shit.
Like, we have to, like, just, it hurts so much.
Oh, does it hurt you? Does it hurt you so much to watch the Jews, the Israelis kill 15,000 children? Does it hurt you a lot?
To see that everyone's against us.
You're such a victim.
What do you want them to do? What do you want them to do? Of course we don't want to see babies killed. Who wants to see
Then stop doing it.
killed?
Then stop doing it.
They're babies.
I know, right?
They're innocent.
Right.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
But what is Israel supposed to do?
What are we supposed to do? Stop killing babies? What do you want us to do? You want us to stop indiscriminately bombing and killing children? What else are we going to do? Just good fucking God.
We have our own babies to protect. If we don't protect them, what's going to happen?
We have our own babies to protect in Israel, which is safe as fuck. Maybe you should get rid of Bibi Netanyahu so he doesn't allow terrorist attacks to happen on your soul on purpose so he can start forever wars and murder lots of children. I'd start fucking there. And yes, folks, have you heard about the Jewish Yale student that was stabbed in the eye with a Palestinian flag during a protest? New York Post. The evil fucking protesters out there who are basically terrorists. There was just an innocent Jewish Yale student out there. They stabbed her in the eye with a Palestinian flag, all right? These Jewish students, they don't feel safe from these anti-Zionist protesters, y'all. Won't somebody please think of the unsafe Jewish students? If only there was a video of this stabbing. Oh, there is? Here's her getting stabbed, folks. Here we go. Watch them violently stab her in the eye. Watch it. Intentionally, evilly stab her in the face. There it is, folks. You just saw it. You just saw them intentionally just jab it right in her fucking eye. Yeah. Isn't that what we saw? Didn't we saw these evil terrorists stab? No, that didn't happen. You fucking liars. You're all such goddamn liars. And amazingly, the next night, she was on the Piers Morgan show. Here she is. Oh, wow. Miraculously healed from that awful maiming. They stabbed you right in your eyeball. We saw it all over the news media. The headlines about how the terrorist stabbed you in the eyeball. It looks fine to me. It's almost like you're a lying, murderous cunt. That's what it seems like. Seems like you're a fucking genocidal cunt to me. A little bit, a lot. You fucking horrible monster. But of course, the news media, they don't actually show any of this shit. They just post the headlines. So the ignorant dipshits who read it are terrified of the people trying to stop the genocide. Meanwhile, I'd show this one. Yeah, Jews on the campus. I guess they're anti-Semitic too. Meanwhile, in Texas, the free speech absolutist Greg Abbott. Arrests being made right now and will continue until the crowd disperses. These protesters belong in jail. Anti-Semitism will not be tolerated in Texas, period. Students joining in hate-filled anti-Semitic protests at any public college or university in Texas should be expelled. That's right, folks. As I told you from the very beginning of the show, when they say free speech, they mean free speech for Nazis. They don't mean free speech for anybody else. They actually don't give a shit in any way about free speech. It's just a way for them to get away with platforming racists and Nazis. Because here you go. I just signed a law protecting free speech on college campuses. Remember that? Put a whole video about it. That was only to protect right-wingers. That was only meant to protect racists. People who don't want Genocide, people that don't want their tax dollars used to murder children. Nope, you got to go straight to jail, folks. In the fascist states of Israel, which is what we become. Meanwhile, also protests on Texas universities that, strangely, Abbott didn't call out. This guy's got a shirt that says, "Are you rape bait?" No police. Nobody arrested him. Nobody harassed him at all. This one, women are property. Nothing from Abbott. This is what he signed a law to protect. This is what he means by free speech, folks. Free speech for me, but not for thee. This, anti-Semitism will not be tolerated in Texas. Meanwhile, in Texas, Nazis out in full bore, chanting, "Jews will not replace us." Swastikas everywhere. Crickets from Greg Abbott. No problem. Free speech. You don't want child murder? Straight to jail. That's where we're at in this fucking country, folks. We are occupied by a foreign government. Gaza is not the only territory being occupied. We are now occupied. We are under foreign occupation in this country by traitors who have sold us out to a foreign government. And yeah, remember free speech absolutist Dave Rubin. Every night on his show, free speech, free. I can't believe these college campuses are not letting racist and pedophile apologists like Milo Yiannopoulos own their campuses. Meanwhile, now he's like, imagine if mask-wearing Trump supporters were taking over campuses, chanting for genocide. They're literally chanting for the opposite of that. They're literally chanting to stop a genocide. But these fucking shameless liars going to contend that they are actually calling for genocide themselves. That's how the propaganda works, folks. This is how you continue to fund child murder and get away with it. Because pieces of shit like this, Dave Rubin, gonna lie about it right to our fucking faces and gaslight us. Bidding tent cities and threatening other students. Joe Biden would have caught in corn pop in the National Guard. Alas, these are queer and jihadists, so they cheered on by the machine. Literally not. Joe Biden supporting all of the fascism. All of the jackbooted thugs. You lied about even that. And remember, free speech absolutist. Elon Musk loves his free speech. Bought Twitter specifically to save free speech on this planet, folks. That's the only reason he bought it. Reposting Netanyahu's call to censor our colleges. Netanyahu's call that all the students trying to stop the genocide are terrorists. Of course he did. Of course he did, folks. Because it has nothing to do with free speech. It's all about platforming Nazis. That's all they care about. The rest of us can get fucked. Meanwhile, our own representatives calling for us to be arrested and tortured. Here's Representative Mike Collins. Not sure what y'all are doing up north, but we don't give them the time to encamp. Taser set to stun as he posts this video of this black guy who they were tasering over and over and over again while he's handcuffed behind his back, torturing protesters. That's what our representatives are calling for. We are occupied. It's an invasion, but it's not our southern border that's invading us, folks. It's not Mexicans who have invaded us. It's the Israeli lobby who has invaded us, and they own us. Here's AIPAC bragging about how they own our government, folks. Here's a foreign government posting, admitting they own us and bragging about it. AIPAC, another great night for pro-Israeli Democrats. All 8 AIPAC-endorsed Democrats won their primary election tonight. So far this cycle, all 40 AIPAC-endorsed candidates have won their primary. Being pro-Israel is good policy and good politics. We have been invaded. We have been overrun. We have been taken over. A bloodless coup has happened. Bloodless for us, not bloodless for the people in Gaza, for the people in Palestine. Without a shot fired, our government taken over by a group who is funded by us. We give them the money. They give a little bit back to our politicians, and they own us, folks. The greatest scam ever perpetuated on the United States people right here, right in our faces. They're laughing at us, folks. And rightly so. We are jokes. We are the goyim. We are there to be abused. We are there to serve them. We are there to be their slaves. Meanwhile, David Fromm, no student loan forgiveness for students arrested for disrupting other student educational activities. That's right. No loan forgiveness if you use your First Amendment rights to try to stop the genocide. But Israel can literally destroy the colleges. Crickets from David Fromm. Nothing. Nothing. Not a word said. Let's keep sending them billions of dollars. He doesn't actually give a shit, folks. But a lot of heroes are stepping up, folks. A lot of people ain't taking this shit anymore. And I hope this doesn't die down. I hope this is just the start. I hope this spreads. If you have an opportunity to go to one of these protests, go. If you live anywhere near these college campuses, get the fuck out there. Everybody in force, forever, always, never ending. Until the war ends, never ending, until the Jewish occupation of our goddamn government ends. Never stop this. This is happening out in Poly students in Cal.
Get your phone
They get serious. Eventually they start beating upon the cops' heads. Here we go. Doink. You don't have to let cops abuse you, folks. You can fight back. You have the right to defend yourself, all right? You have as much right as Israel to defend yourself. You don't have to let jackboot thugs abuse you, torture you, beat you, and arrest you. Fuck these pigs. You don't have to be their victims. We don't have to allow them to do this to us. We have fucking rights in this country. They are not our gods. They do not decide who lives and fucking dies. Here's at the University of Austin, pushing back. A little bit. They're mostly getting run over by the pigs, by the jackbooted thugs. I remember when Alex Jones used to call shit like this out. What a shell of himself he's become. Yeah, the new brown shirts. Just crazy to see this happen in America, folks. To see us get so taken over. To see another country control our police forces. With the full support of every one of our government officials. Here's students at Emory deciding to push back a little bit. How does it feel to be on the wrong side of history, pigs? Once again. There are more of us than there are of them. We don't have to be abused. They should be way more afraid of us than we are of them. Literally acting as the military arm for genociders. To threaten and intimidate people just asserting their free speech in America. And yes, folks, this is how ridiculous they are. Here's Caton Flanagan. It's always these people, these free speech absolutists who immediately turn into Mussolini. She's like, I'm giving a talk on the future of free speech next week. You can watch it online. We're going to lose this country if we don't win the issue. We need to protect the free expression of people whose ideas we hate and of the people who oppose them. The truth bats last. That was then. Now she's like, dear NYPD, please, 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 please arrest these faculty members. Yeah. Free speech for me, but not for me, for thee. Fuck you. Fuck you if you want your free speech. Meanwhile, this one's tough, folks, because I used to be a fan of Adam Sessler. Remember Adam Sessler from G4, from Attack of the Show? I actually followed him on Twitter because I thought he was a decent guy. But nope, he has deleted his Twitter after getting in a ton of shit for this. He posted, I had an epiphany. These protesting kids are pretty much Trump voters. Sure as shit ain't voting for Biden. So I feel towards them like any Trump voter. Fuck them. If the cops bust their teeth in, fine. At the end of the day, they hate me and wish me harm. Not wringing my hands. Yep. So much for free speech. Yep, I guess we're all Trump supporters now because we don't want to support genocide Joe Biden. We don't want to support the murder of children. So I guess we all deserve to have our teeth kicked in. He's literally advocating violence against us for not wanting children to be murdered. Karma, bitch, motherfucker. Here's more comments from Anti-Genocide scumbag Sessler. He's like, yeah, man, kids and faculty protesting for peace specifically hate you. They hate Zionists, right? Well, I'm a Jew. What you're saying is anti-Semitic. Equating Zionism with Jewishness is anti-Semitic because you're equating being a Jew with being a genocider, with being a child murderer, and the two things are not the same at all. Plenty of really good Jewish people are fighting back against you, saying do not use Jewishness to support this. Do not use our name to commit genocide. You are anti-Semitic, Adam Sessler. Do you think there aren't Jews at those protests? Those Uncle Tom JVP fucks, yeah, I'm aware of them. They aren't themselves out to give anti-Semitics cover. Yeah, they're not real Jews, folks. Unless you support genocide, according to Adam Sessler, you're not really a Jew. Unless you're into the child murder, you're not really a Jew. You are doing no favors to the Jewish people, Adam Sessler. You're setting your people back generations for no fucking reason other than bloodlust. I don't blame you for deleting your shit. Meanwhile, get in their ass, folks, wherever they go. Here's NYPD Assistant Chief James McCarthy and a few other officers being chased by protesters, trying to get into this building with the door locked. Look at these cowardly shits. When they don't have you outnumbered, when they don't have their other jackboot throats around with sticks and shields to intimidate you with. Look how scared he looks. This is who we're up against, folks. They're cowards. Fat fucking cowards. Professional Candy Crush players. They're not to be afraid. They're not to be feared. They're not scary. They're fucking pussies. Hiding behind their badges, guns, and batons. Yeah, run, bitch. Run. So piggy, piggy, run, piggy, run. Fat bald fuck. Run to your pigsty, little piggy. Sweet! Faster, piggy, faster! Look at him calling for help. I need help, oh my God! People are chanting at me. I need donut stat. Get back with your drum. Your drum is threatening to me. He finally found a place to escape to. Yeah, he pulled the officers in. Yeah, run, fucking piggies, run. Cowards. Cowards, every fucking one of them. We don't have to take this shit, folks. We don't have to let them abuse us while they force us to pay for child murders. We don't have to fucking do that. Everybody has a right to defend themselves, not just Israel. Meanwhile, not just America, folks. It's spreading across the planet, and I hope it does. This is Australia entering the chat.
Free! Free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free! Free Palestine! Free.
Everybody everywhere should be doing this. If there's a protest nearby, go to it immediately. Show up in force. Every time a politician steps outside, this should be their fate.
Are you Eric Adams? Yeah, fuck you! You support the genocide in Palestine. There are homeless people all over New York. You're always partying. You don't actually care about the citizens of New York. Why are you even in Miami? You know there are people being arrested there. People are homeless in New York. People cannot afford food. You keep cutting the education budget so you can fund
How dare you speak to a God man like
all
that?
you care about funding the police.
Get rid of her. I don't owe you anything. I'm a politician. I'm above you. I don't work for you. I work for Israel. You're not my boss. Netanyahu is. I'm going to cover this John Oliver section. I guess I'll cover this in the after party. I need to go ahead and wrap this section up. I'm almost done. Been doing this for an hour and 10 minutes. It got a little wait for me a little bit. So much happened, though. That's what happens when you skip shows. I'll slide this one down to the bottom. I do this at the after party. John Oliver had a good section about this whole thing. We'll cover then. All right, scroll back up. Where are we at? Here we go. couple more here real quick. Going to give a big shout out to Hassan Piker or Hassan Abbey. Went viral for crushing motherfuckers on Piers Morgan show. First off, the only reasonable response to Zionist rhetoric from King Hassan.
I'm trying to
That's
imply
very
here.
patronizing.
Utilizing the hostages. Yeah, I am being patronizing. I don't know who the fuck you are, and you're over here chirping all the way from fucking London about Palestine and doing a both sides are fucking fine type bullshit. Where you're talking about how you want to fucking free Palestine, but also simultaneously, you know, both sides got a lot going on. Shut the fuck up. You don't know anything, okay? I'm trying.
That's right. Shut the fuck up. Unless you're a pro-Palestinian, unless you are out there speaking against the genocide, the ethnic cleansing, the child murderers. Shut the fuck up. I can't really say a lot of what I want to say, to be honest with you. But a lot of people out there feeling real comfortable about saying some really bad shit, feeling way too comfortable, in my opinion. Like Destiny. Destiny feeling way too comfortable. Man, I wish I could say what the fuck I wanted to say. Anyway, speaking of which, Destiny making a joke at the expense of men who were murdered in Palestine by Israel. Do Palestinian women count as polyamorous when their husbands continue to leave them for IDF missiles? Genocide is hilarious, y'all. Literally makes his living. This 98-pound weakling can't do a fucking push-up, can't do a sit-up, can't do a chin-up, sitting behind his goddamn video camera on his keyboard, advocating for the murder of women, children, and innocent men in Palestine. Justifying it, apologizing for it, because he feels real comfortable making money doing that, because he hasn't been made to feel uncomfortable doing that. All I can say about it. Meanwhile, Hassan Abbey shutting this bitch the fuck up.
Everyone wants to criticize the IDF's response, but nobody wants to tell me what should Israel be doing to retaliate October 7th, eradicate Hamas from preventing another October 7th, and bring the hostages
I have
home.
an idea.
Do you have a solution?
I have an idea. How about not killing the hostages?
I have an answer.
Thank you for proving my point.
It's called the dissolution of the apartheid regime. Dissolve the apartheid regime.
So what would you like to
allow
see happen,
Palestinians
Hassan?
breathing room. Do you not understand the English language? Dissolve the apartheid.
Literally telling her what they should do, and she's just ignoring it. What are you supposed to do? Shut the fuck up and listen. Take the wax out your ears, put it in your mouth, bitch.
You need a Xanax, first of all. You need a Xanax. They had a chance to rebuild, but they spent the last 15 plus years crying that they don't have enough land because there is never enough land.
As they're systematically occupied, murder, watching their women and children get killed, watching their land shrink, watching the people that occupy them take away their food, take away their water, checkpoint them every goddamn step of their lives, keep them from having any kind of building supplies to better themselves, keeping the boot in their throat. They're crying about it. Literally, nobody's more of a fucking whiner than Israel. No self-awareness.
And for them, instead of rebuilding
Israel
civilization,
has
just build
not
terrorist
allowed
tunnels to keep hostages
Palestinians
in.
to have a nation state that they deserve by international law since the inception of the Israeli nation state. The fact that you brought up the last 15 years as Palestinians crying is disgusting.
Oh, I have one more question.
You are a disgusting little monster who thinks that not offering contiguity to the Palestinians in the form of a state is just simply Palestinians crying.
Cunt. Get up in her ass, Hassan. Go off, King. And I'm going to end it there, folks. That's my Palestinian coverage. Thank you, Hassan, for being the voice for all of us. She knows she's lying. They don't care, folks. They don't give a shit. She's probably making $50,000 a year like that other guy we saw on camera. Literally making a living apologizing for child murders. Yeah, disgusting little monster. Next on Dusty, hell yeah. And all right, folks, that was a long section. Let me do a quick commercial for my patron. If you like my show, folks, and I do work really hard on the show, please consider supporting it. If you watch a couple shows a week, chip in, please. I need help. I am not making a lot of money doing this show. I'm trying to keep the lights on, help me and the floating cats out. So the first link in the description of the video is to my patron. If you could please Chip in $1 or $2 a month. It won't mean a lot to you. You probably won't even notice it on your credit card bill, but it means a lot to me. It means a lot to the cats. It keeps the show going. So please, I'm begging you, if you watch this show, don't just sit there. Chip in a little bit, please. I don't run ads. I don't sell anything. I don't con anybody. I literally lose money from a lot of my supporters who wish I wouldn't be speaking out against Israel like this. So if you can, please chip in. Thank you. And I love you. And all right, let's read the super chats. Super chats, like button of the show. Only 566 viewers, folks. Man, that's depressing. The ratings are shrinking. I don't like that very much. But like, I can understand why. Like I was talking about it earlier. When I post on Facebook now, only 0.0001% of my people actually see it. People contact me all the time talking about how they're getting unsubscribed from my channel. And they don't unsubscribe. It's just unsubscribing them. It's not telling anybody my show is on anymore. The only way anybody's watching my show now is if they already know it's on and they happen to look out for it at the right time. Which is another reason it's important to sign up for my Patreon so you know that the shows are happening. But, yeah, ratings have halved, unfortunately. So, sucks. It sucks. What you gonna do? Rebecca Boys, $25. Excellent thumbnail. We'll see if they delete the show or not. Hello to you and the best community on YouTube. Look forward to catching up on Saturday. Hey, appreciate you, Rebecca. Join me on Saturday. Mitchell Guide got working tonight. Got work tonight. Hope Y2 doesn't take this down tomorrow. I know I'm going to download it as soon as the show's over. So hopefully I can get it back up unless they ban my account permanently. Thick Corgi, $4. What Thick Corgi? Appreciate you. BBC. What a BBC. I am not an attorney, but I think it may be a war crime to bury people alive or in mass graves. Hey, Israel has a right to defend itself. BBC. The blonde or handcuff. Or the bond or handcuff part is really a bad look. Nothing will happen, though. Nope. A jackbooted thug will put us in jail for even calling it out. And 5 BBC memberships for you lucky motherfuckers. Show up to the after party. Chauncey Luckett from the Road to the Sea, Dusty. Keep spreading the truth about these Zionist psychopaths. Hey, I'm going to try. If you guys will help me spread the show, that'd be nice. Share it on your social media. You vote with everything you share, every post you make. You guys have a lot of power, a lot more power than you think. Agent Orange, $25. Thank you, Agent Orange. Appreciate you. So the IF is surfing the web while children are being found under rubble. Yeah, they're getting paid to do so by us. I got to say, they don't seem like they're in that much of imminent danger over their safe space. They're not. They are many, 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 many times safer than I am in Mississippi right now. Israel is a safe country. They are one of the happiest nations on earth. And of course, you would be if you had free education, free health care, shit paid for. Obviously, you would be a very happy country. While your slaves, the goy, the American goy, pay for everything for you. Obviously, you're going to be happy about that. All right, you guys are starting to piss me off. Quit now. Get down and stop. Chill the fuck out, dude. No, go and find you something to do, dude. Go find you something to do. Annoying. Thank you, Agent Orange. Appreciate you. Anthony Cannon, funny. Go on. You go on somewhere. No, you go on. Asshole. Funny how Ilhan Omar was vilified a few years ago for calling out the Zionists, quoting, "It's all about the Benjamins, baby." Yep, still is. Still is happening even more than it ever has, to be honest with you. Demonox plays. Biden lost the Muslim vote about 30% in my key states. What did I say? And banning TikTok just cost him everyone under 35. Literally, Biden is trying to lose. He has decided that he doesn't work for us. He doesn't care about democracy. He doesn't care about his own legacy. The only thing he cares about is helping Israel murder children. I've never seen anything like this in my 50 years on this planet and my 40 years of covering, reading, watching politics. Never seen shit like this before. A coup has happened. We are no longer America. It is over for this country. We are owned by a foreign government. Palestinians are Semites. True story. Being pro-Palestinian is literally the polar opposite of being anti-Semitic, but that doesn't matter. It's all word games from child murderers. They got to paint us as evil to justify their evil. Those who forget the past are condemned to repeat it. Yeah, history rhymes over and over again, unfortunately. Doesn't seem like that's ever going to change. Jobot. As a Jewish American, free Palestine, these damn Zionists are making it more dangerous for the rest of us. I know, right? They are the ones anti-Semitic. They are the ones hurting other Jews, 100%. Thank you for your voice, Dusty. Thank you for supporting it, Sanctuary Inc. It means a lot, and I appreciate you. One contribution from Jason Ashby. Appreciate you, Jason. I will mail you cash from now on. Fuck YouTube and Google. I'll take anything I can get, Jason. Appreciate you. R. Ramirez 87 upgraded to PTL heroes. That's the way you do it. Appreciate you. Superhero Ramirez. And BBC $100. That's very generous. Thank you, BBC. I hope this helps you, brother. It does. It all really helps, folks. Keep doing your thing. We need voices like yours to speak truth to power. Yeah, I'm depressed the ratings are not better. I thought the show was going to grow and grow and go, but it seems like there's so many things working against me. I don't want to seem like a whiner or complain too much because I am really thankful for it doing as well as it's doing. But when Twitter won't tell any of my subscribers or 99% of my shows on, Facebook won't do it. My 220,000 subscribers on YouTube, only 5% of them getting messages. It's like the whole system is rigged to fucking against you. And there's no way to get ahead unless you're willing to do shit I ain't willing to do. It's depressing. But thank you, BBC. It really helps, and I appreciate you. And 10 Cultist memberships from Ivy Evans. You rock, Ivy. Thank you for your tireless support. Awesome mods. All of you. Love you. And all right, folks, going to read all the rest of the super chats at the end of the show, so still plenty of time to get in on the fun and help out the world's greatest show. Hell yeah. But for now, let's do a little religious bullshit. What the fuck? Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. It's time for... That ain't work. It is time. Can you guys still hear this right now? Can you hear this right now? Not what was just heard, but right now. Does it sound like it's doubled? It looks like it's doubled to me. I don't know. We'll work it out later. It looks like there's two audio things. One for desktop audio, one for religious bullshit. It looks like they're playing at the same time. Did you guys hear that? It only sounded like one audio playing. You let me know. Anyway, first off, on religious bullshit. No to what? You have to be more specific. You didn't hear that right now? Okay, good. Good to know. Didn't hear that. All right, I muted it. So they both got to be playing at the same time, I guess. Weird. All right, cool. First off, on religious bullshit, you folks know who is the biggest alpha male in the history of mankind? Jesse Lee Peterson, who's definitely not a gay sex offender. Definitely not. Definitely multiple men haven't come forward to say that Jesse Lee Peterson sexually assaulted them. Not that being gay makes you any less of an alpha, because alpha doesn't exist. But anyway, here's super masculine, manly Jesse Lee Peterson letting us know how to know if you're a beta or not.
Beta males make girls first. Real men make boys first.
Right.
You know what?
Beta man make girlfriend. Everybody knows that if you have a girlfriend, you're a beta, and if you have a boyfriend. That's enough about what you want. Definitely. Tell us about it.
I actually agree with you.
I'm
and to
sure
anyone
you do.
listening, if you had a...
You both have the brains of infants, so no shit you agree with each other. The worst, and that, folks, it's been 4 days since my last show, so of course, Indiana Christian Church preschool teacher Joshua Luddock has pled guilty to molesting 2 4-year-old girls in his class. Shocking. Oh, is there more? Yeah, Pennsylvania evangelical youth pastor Roy Andrews has been arrested for molesting a child in a restaurant. Oh my, Florida church leader Vernon Williamson has been sentenced to 2 consecutive life sentences for a capital sexual battery on multiple children under the age of 12 at his church. Colorado Baptist Church youth volunteer Ryan Walters has been convicted of raping 3 girls in his church. I wasn't even looking for these folks. This is just shit that randomly shows up in my newsfeed over and over and over again. What point do we start charging parents as accessories? If you take your child to church and they get molested, straight to jail. You have to know by now. You have to know. They're going to rape your kids. You have to know. If you don't know by now, then ignorance is no excuse. Straight to jail. And yes, this is really something, folks. You know, God could use his super magical omniscient powers to do anything. He could save the children being murdered in Gaza right now. The 15 1,000 children that have been blown apart. He could save all the children being molested. He could save people that are in dungeons. I know it's terrible to talk about, but right now, some serial killer has somebody in a dungeon right now. They're filleting their skin, masturbating as they scream in terror and the pain that they're facing. God has better things to worry about, like this kid's skin condition.
God really does answer prayers, and God really does care about the small things. So something I pray for continuously is clear skin, which is important.
That's a great thing to pray about. You could be praying about anything. You could be praying about things to help people and, monstrous shit that's going on our planet. But you're praying for clear skin. That sort of sounds like you're a selfish cunt a little bit.
Social media talking about Jesus, you want to look your best, right?
Well, you failed.
So I always specifically pray for glass-like skin. That's just something I've always prayed for. And what's so funny is I ordered a sunscreen off Amazon, and this thing came by accident, right? And I've been using it ever since. It's a toner instead of a sunscreen, but it makes my skin look so nice, and every time I wear it, people compliment me.
Oh, good.
And I just
it's almost like it's all about you.
The label. And I don't know what, I just was like, read the label as I was praying for glass-like skin.
Oh, God.
And the name of this was an accident, this order. This
totally
is not what I
y'all.
ordered. This came by accident. It's
came.
Pure Glass Clean Toner.
It has the word glass in it.
So, that's
God,
so
y'all.
funny.
That's God.
And another aspect of what I like to call holy skincare is taking the things you use on your skin and on your body, on your face, and anointing them in the name of Jesus. Anointing them. Saying, I anoint this in the name of Jesus to give me glass-like, clean, clear, smooth, flawless, youthful skin.
Finally.
In Jesus' name.
Finally, Jesus using his magical powers to do the important shit. God damn it! Love you, Christians! You're great. Meanwhile, how it started versus how it's going. Did you guys know that Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, was anointed and put in place by God himself? This according to Rick Green.
I got to tell you, man, known this guy for a while. He has been a champion for liberty, especially religious liberty, but frankly, a Constitution guy. This is a constitutional attorney for Alliance Defending Freedom. This is one of our guys.
He's one of their guys.
This man has a biblical worldview. I'm in tears. I'm literally in tears because it's a moment where we've been praying for this. We've been praying for leaders that have a fear of God, that we know have a foundation of biblical truth. That's what we want. We just want someone that'll stand for truth. And you got to know truth to do that. This is a moment to stop what you're doing and
goddamn cat.
Thank God for this happening.
That's right. Thank God. It's a moment for biblical truth. We prayed for this, and God answered our prayers. This is a miracle from God. Only here's the guy now.
I will admit I was wrong, man. I thought that Johnson's person, and I've known him for over 10 years.
What? You're wrong. But biblical truth, and you prayed, and now you have a guy for God in there. What? God don't make mistakes.
I believe he is a man of faith. He's been a great constitutional attorney. He was a great congressman before being speaker. And for the first few months, I kept saying, okay, I'm going to give him a little more rope, give him a little bit more rope. He keeps kicking his stuff. That's not how I would do it. But I don't know what's going on behind the scenes and in the closed-door meetings and what he's learning. I'm going to trust his judgment for a little while. No more. I think everything Dobbs said is right. I think he gave the list that caused me to lose faith. I know Johnson's, in an impossible position, 1-vote majority. It's an impossible job, all that good stuff. But I was wrong about his demeanor. I thought his demeanor would be perfect for the job right now. It's not. You need a fighter. You need a Newt Gingrich type or a Donald Trump type in the speakership.
But you prayed. It was a miracle from God. What? It's almost like you're full of shit all the time about everything. Impossible. And then, folks, this is a little bit on the nose to me. Megachurch church pastor wearing a, I guess this is a shirt with money all over it. If only Jesus had said something about rich people in the Bible.
Money ain't your problem. Management is. Tithing and offering is God's management training program.
That's right. God is training you, but only if you give this woman money. Okay, that's God's way of training you to be smart with money when you give it away to con men.
Mankind. If you ain't ready when he opens the door, guess what? You're going to miss it. When God gives me a better job, then I'm going to praise him in the storm. No! You got to praise him broke down on the side of the road.
That's right. By praise him, she means give her money. I don't care how broke you are. I don't care if you can't feed yourself. Give me money. I need another Lexus, y'all. You don't want God to punish you, do you?
To praise him in your one-bedroom house. Y'all, there's a story in the Bible where Moses told Joshua and Caleb, he sent 12 spies to the same place to spy out the land. 2 of them, Joshua and Caleb, came back and said, oh, it's flowing with milk and honey. This is exactly where we need to go. They were driven by the Holy Spirit. I don't see it, but it's going to happen. The other 10...
Literally, God said, give away everything you own if you want to follow him. Literally, he said rich people can't get into heaven, but okay.
Went in the same place and came back and said, Moses, oh, you don't want to go there. Driven with different mindset. And because Joshua and Caleb decided to get up and walk into a season that some of you been in for a minute, the only reason you ain't got out of that season is because you ain't moving, because you've allowed what you've walked through to get inside of you. You have allowed the fighting in your marriage to become bigger than your marriage. Now y'all resentful and don't even sleep together. Some of y'all like, Lord, I got 5 PPDs. I got more degrees than a thermometer, and I can't even get a job in my field. Maybe you should quit looking just in your field. But because of our limited mindset, because we're not hanging out with people that are going where we want to go, now we're over here believing all the lies of the enemy. The enemy cannot take you out, so he's wearing you out. And
wearing a money robe. Holy God. The epitome of an enemy.
Yourself.
So, yeah, give her more money, stat folks. She definitely needs it. Because God wants you to. And, folks, speaking of beyond parody, Kanye West has 2 Christian albums on the charts right now. At the top of the charts. About to start him a porn company. That's right. Kanye at first was like, the use of porn destroyed my family, but Jesus will heal everything. Remove any and all forms of pornography from Twitter and every platform. Pornography is the product of pedophilia, y'all. When grown men look at porn, they're watching someone's daughter relive trauma for money. And, yeah.
Playboy was my gateway into full-on pornography addiction.
Mm-hmm. Fucking Playboy.
My dad had a Playboy left
My dad
out
had
at
jugs.
age 5. And it's affected
everything.
Almost every choice
Every
I made
choice.
for the rest of my life.
Life.
From age 5 to now.
That's early.
Having to kick the habit.
You got to kick the porn habit,
And
y'all.
it just presents itself.
Because of Jesus.
In the open.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's okay.
It's not okay, folks, and he would never do. Oh, what's that? Yeah, he's starting his own porn company. Kanye West confirms he's launching a porn company. Thought he might be trolling, but nope, he is not. Apparently, Yeezy is coming, he says. So, nobody's surprised at that, right? Nothing they say means anything. Shameless con artist, every fucking one of them. Christians will still buy his religious albums. They'll still claim he's a man of God, even as he puts porn out. They'll just fucking ignore it. Because they stand for nothing, they are nothing. Meanwhile, this Christian influencer wants to fight Taylor Swift fans? Seems like a bad idea, but let's have a listen.
You know, if you Taylor Swift fans would worship Jesus like you worship Taylor Swift, the world would be a better place.
No, it wouldn't.
The way you go so hard for her and defend her, a person you've never met.
It's exactly what you guys do for Donald Trump. And you guys have never met Jesus either, by the way.
Can you imagine doing that for Jesus?
I could. I see it all the time. There's a church every 10 feet. It's annoying as fuck.
Like going hard for him? Like
I'm already hard for
just
Jesus.
being in everyone's comment section, having
Yeah,
anything to say about Jesus?
Hell yeah.
But y'all don't do that.
I do.
Y'all are like her little army of just, I called you weirdos because you are weird. Like people, normal people don't act like the way you Swifties do.
Yeah, but you guys act exactly like Trump supporters. I mean, it's the same exact fucking shit, right?
Y'all are truly a breed of your own.
Why are you eating?
And you guys are all so defensive over her and her songs and her albums and like...
Jesus sucks.
You act like... No offense, but you act like she knows who you are.
That's how you guys act about Trump.
She has no idea. Jesus knows exactly who you guys are.
Jesus doesn't exist, so...
All of us. He knows who all of us are.
Nope. See, you're acting like he knows who you are. You're doing it right now.
But Taylor?
But he doesn't know you.
Taylor doesn't know you.
Neither does
She doesn't know you. She doesn't know, nor does she care that you're defending her on some random 34-year-old woman's TikTok account when she says that she doesn't like her songs or care for them. and you guys are just going ham, harassing people on behalf of her.
That sounds like religion. You're right. That's a cult.
You know WWJD?
Yep.
WWTD. What would Taylor do? Taylor wouldn't act like this. She'd keep it all to herself and then write a song about it. That's what you guys, you little gremlins, should do. You little bullies. You little
putting those chips away.
Obsessed.
Are you eating your feelings?
I've never truly.
No, who
Swifties are a breed of their own. Y'all are well, toxic.
Yeah, definitely toxic. Unlike the Jesus freaks who are totally fucking normal. And folks, I love the prophetic loophole. No matter how obvious it is that you got your prophecy wrong, that you are not a prophet of God, that you could not predict the future, all you got to do is claim what you prophesied was true, and it's like a get out of jail free card. Tell us all about it, Tight Shirt Kent Christmas.
In 2020, I prophesied again that George Bush would be president of the United States.
He can't even get the name right. You mean Donald Trump, dude. Holy shit. Not only is God not talking to you, you can't even keep your lies straight.
Or Donald Trump would be president of the United States.
Uh-huh.
I've had a whole lot of people come after me with bare teeth and say, you missed it.
You did. You lied.
I didn't miss it.
You did lie. You missed it.
I never prophesied that he would hold the office.
You did prophesy that.
I prophesied that he would be voted back in.
No, you prophesied both things, in fact.
As president of the United States, and he was voted back in as president of the United States.
Look at him clapping. He literally lied to them. It didn't happen, but they still going to clap for getting lied to. They want to be abused, folks. They have some kind of fetish for it. They need some daddy to abuse them. They get off on it. Meanwhile, folks, going to finish with this one for religious bullshit. Guess who is leaning 100% into the Jesus grift? I know you're going to be shocked. Russell Brand, apparently getting baptized, y'all. Finally getting baptized. Oh, let's watch this train wreck.
Die and be reborn. This Sunday...
Are you being reborn?
I'm taking the plunge.
I bet you are.
I'm getting baptized.
Getting baptized. So I get baptized, and it's like everybody I raped, everybody I sexually assaulted, it's like it never happened. I get total forgiveness from everybody, folks. I don't have to make amends to anybody I raped and sexually assaulted. No matter how many rapes and sexual assaults comes out in the future, you can't hold that against me because somebody tried to drown me in the river for a second and I got baptized. And it's like being reborn. So I get a do-over. I get a mulligan on everything, folks. That's how it works, okay? So don't hold me accountable for all my bad shit. Just let it go because I dipped my head in water for a few seconds. Isn't religion amazing?
At the moment, I'm very curious as to what you who have been baptized feel about it.
Well, I was baptized by a sexual deviant, my Uncle Brian, who liked to expose himself to little girls. He baptized me in a river one time. He never molested me, though, so I guess I'm lucky there.
What your expectations are of the event prior and what it's actually like. What's been explained?
I felt exactly the same afterwards. Nothing happened. Some dipshit just drowned me for a second.
To me, is it's an opportunity to die and be reborn.
I wish.
An opportunity to leave the past behind and be reborn in Christ.
I bet he wants to leave the past behind.
Name, like it says in Galatians.
Oh, Galatians.
That you can live as an enlightened and awakened person. Sometimes I think of non-Christian perspectives on it, like Marcus Aurelius saying, you are already dead, now live the rest of your life properly. Or the Buddhist saying, put down the corpse.
Yeah, if I bring other religions into it, it's not as stupid. Nope, still as stupid, Russell Brand.
All of these things seem so inviting and beautiful.
Especially if you're a rapist, sounds real inviting to wipe that shit away without having to actually make up for doing the bad things.
I know a lot of people are sort of cynical about the increasing interest in Christianity.
Yeah, it's an obvious grift. So yeah, if that's what you mean by cynical. You're transparent. We all see right the fuck through you.
And the return to God. But to me, it's obvious. As meaning deteriorates in the modern world, as our value systems and institutions crumble.
Then let's go back to ancient fiction and believe bullshit told by primitive screwheads. That makes a lot more sense than modern science.
All of us become increasingly aware that there is this eerily familiar awakening and beckoning figure.
No, we don't.
We've all known all of our lives.
Nope.
Within us and around us.
Nope.
And for me, it's very exciting.
That's con man shit.
One of my concerns is I'm thinking about doing it in the River Thames. So I could be getting sort of baptized in toxoplasmosis and E. coli based on what I've learned. So I may be leaving behind the sins, but I might be picking up some pretty serious viruses.
Yay,
let me know what you
plasmosis.
guys think about it and how you feel about it.
Yeah, I think that you're a shameless con man that I can see right the fuck through, and only the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet, religious people, would buy this. And I guess one more. I did have one more. I lied. I'm a liar. Finish it up with this one, folks. Oh, shit. So this woman in no way is creepy. She had a vision that Jesus was sitting in front on the stage with an AK-47 shooting all the members of her congregation, but in a good way. Let's listen to this crazy bullshit.
While we're singing this song, I saw Jesus.
She saw Jesus, y'all.
Standing here on the platform with an AK weapon. But the AK standing for Almighty Kingdom. And he was coming along. And his weapon was coming along across every one of you. And he was aiming in your soul and aiming in your mind. And he was destroying all of those strongholds that have kept you bound. He was causing the freedom that comes from the kingdom. But everything that is in you that is aligned with the kingdom of God remained exactly straight and steadfast as he intended it to be. But there are those of you in this fellowship this afternoon, this morning, that you need to say yes to God to allow that effectiveness to actually come.
Holy God, weird. God murdered you all, but in a good way. You should be happy about God shooting with AK-47. Yikes! Just when you think religion can't get any weirder, and that is my religious bullshit. Hell yeah. America. Yep. Weird. Everybody's a weirdo. Hey, but it works. Russell Brand about to make trillions of dollars. That's where the real cash lies. That's where the viewers lie. You have to do a right-wing grift. You have to go into religion now. Sucks. And what you gonna do? And what you guys got to say about that? Dirty, sexy pores. AK invented by communists. Hey, it's a Jesus AK, so it's completely different. He's just murdering your souls. That's not weird. Jesus and AKs. It just goes hand in hand, y'all. America. Yeah, now give me money so I can buy an AK. And all right, we're right along, folks. Let's do some Trash World. Trash world, it's a trash world, it's a dumpster fire in its hell, it's a trash world, it's a trash world, and everything sucks all of the time in the trash world. La, 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 la. And first off, on tonight's trash world, boomer ass. Bill Maher wants you guys to know that nobody's ever been canceled for saying anything too woke. Bud Light just entered the chat.
Did you read the tweets from the person who is, this never happened before on the show, I have a namesake in the news. Catherine Marr is her name. I think that's her, how she pronounces it, although I kind of wish she pronounced it differently. And Andrew Sullivan wrote a column today called Catherine Marr is not a liberal, and I agree. I mean, she's a Portlandia character. I mean, she says things like, sure, looting is counterproductive. But it's founded on treating people's ancestors as private property. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. A long time ago. And I mean, this is just, she says, as someone with cis white mobility privilege, I mean, this is the kind of white woman who says, you know, she's Beyonce's spirit animal.
So who cares? Who cares if some dipshit said some crazy shit? But yeah, nobody ever gets canceled for saying anything too woke, he posts. Meanwhile, jackbooted thugs are attacking college professors and students across the goddamn country. Colin Kirkpatrick still hasn't returned to the NFL. Dylan Mulvaney almost bankrupted Bud Light single-handedly for showing one single cam with their face on it. The fuck you talking about, old man? Go towards the light, bitch. Isn't his time up yet? Holy God. Meanwhile, in this trash fucking planet, Joe Biden just signed into law a ban on TikTok. Because you know you're super free when they ban shit, folks. Israel wanted it banned, and we had, like I said, a bloodless coup. A foreign country has taken over our government, and now they're banning the United States citizens from viewing websites. That's where we've come to in this country, folks. Scary as shit. Absolutely terrifying. And this is the Democrats, folks. This ain't the Republicans. This ain't fucking Donald Trump taking your freedom away. Talking about losing the youth vote forever. This is the #1 news site that kids are getting their news from. The only reason they're doing this, I'll show you actually, because they're giving the game away. They're not even trying to hide why they're doing it, folks.
Well, let's look at where young people are getting their news. Nearly a third of adults 18 to 29, these young people in the U.S. are regularly getting their news exclusively from TikTok. Pro-Palestinian and pro-Hamas hashtags are generating 50 times the views on TikTok right now, despite the fact that polling shows Americans overwhelmingly support Israel over Hamas.
That's right, because most Americans get their news from like the New York Times, the Washington Post, these propaganda outlets who have been bought and paid for by the Israeli government, and their politicians who have also been bought and paid for by the young people get a lot of their information from TikTok, just like you said. They see the mass murder with their own fucking eyes, which is 100% why they're banning it, folks.
These videos have more reach than the top 10 U.S. news websites combined. This is not coincidence.
So ban it.
The Chinese Communist Party is doing this on purpose.
Yeah, showing us the truth about what's happening on purpose. You can't have that, folks. You can't be shown the child murders. You can't have people speaking out against it. We have to ban you in the super free United States of America.
They are pushing this racist agenda with the intention of undermining our democratic values. And if you look at what's happening at Columbia University and other campuses across the country right now, they're winning.
Yep. They're telling you right out, folks. Israel wants it banned, so it's banned. No more freedom for the United States. It's over for us. We got taken over by a foreign government, and they've decided we don't need the Constitution anymore. They will tell us what we can hear. They will tell us what we can think. We got to be a good goy. We got to enjoy being slaves, being abused. If you don't get off on it, then you also, looking a little bit Hamasy, might have to get taken out. Meanwhile, conservatives on board. Charlie Kirk, Biden just banned TikTok. It won't go into law until January. He is so controlled by the tech companies that he is risking his support with Gen Z. Younger voters won't forget this. Ban TikTok. That was literally you last year. You were literally calling for the ban of TikTok, Charlie Kirk. I've been listening to and observing what many different people I respect have to say about the TikTok bill. After serious thought, I have concluded that TikTok sucks and should either be banned, or if China agrees to divest, to be sold to a trustworthy, non-woke company like Rumble. TikTok's algorithm spread poison. So anyway, he was fine before Joe Biden actually did it, but now Joe Biden's going to do it. Now he's got to take the other side of it because it's all about being a contrarian. Meanwhile, I can't believe they actually got me rooting for a Chinese company here. I'm not even on TikTok. I mean, I do have an account on TikTok, but I don't ever use it. But I never go on fucking TikTok. I don't give a shit what happens on TikTok, and I definitely don't give a shit about Chinese companies. But just the fact that you're trying to ban this website specifically and obviously because it's pro-Palestinian, anti-Israeli, makes me root for him. Here's the president of TikTok saying that this is not over by a long shot. They're going to take this all the way to the Supreme Court. They're going to fight, and I'm actually rooting for him.
Hi, everyone. It's Show here. As you may have heard, Congress passed a bill that the president signed into law that is designed to ban TikTok in the United States. That will take TikTok away from you and 170 million Americans who find community and connection on our platform. Make no mistake, this is a ban on TikTok and a ban on you and your voice. Politicians may say otherwise, but don't get confused. Many who sponsored the bill admit a TikTok ban is the ultimate goal. It's obviously a disappointing moment, but it does not need to be a defining one. It's actually ironic because the freedom of expression on TikTok reflects the same American values that make the United States a beacon of freedom. TikTok gives everyday Americans a powerful way to be seen and heard. And that's why so many people have made TikTok part of their daily lives. Rest assured, we aren't going anywhere. We are confident and we will keep fighting for your rights in the courts. The facts and the Constitution are on our side, and we expect to prevail again.
Yeah, the Constitution hasn't been suspended, though. Our country's been taken over. We no longer have First Amendment rights, folks. We will do what Israel tells us, and we will love it. Meanwhile, on this trash goddamn country, you guys hear about the woman who lost all her money in an online scam, decided to rob a bank. This is how desperate Americans are getting. She said it owed her sister and her friend $70,000, and she got scammed. So, yeah, decided to rob a bank. Bad life decisions. Nobody can make it in the society anymore. Meanwhile, this story was all over the place. Monstrous-looking sex offender nearly snatches little boy in this state, and it could have been worse. So this sex offender went to a school, was trying to snatch a kid. Just a horrible story to cover, but you're going to be shocked. Trans people are blamed for this. That's right, folks. This man, he's a man. He detransitioned, I guess. For a very short time, I guess he was trying to transition, and then clearly he's not transitioning anymore. But once you're trans, you're always trans. Even though if you detransition, you're not trans anymore. That's sort of how it works. But nope, if you ever try to transition, then you are responsible as a trans person for anything you do wrong for the rest of your life. Case in point, the New York Post covering this. Trans sex offender busted allegedly trying to abduct child playing outside elementary school. Of course, they got to mention this person is trans even though they're not. Because they once mentioned on social media that they were about to start taking hormones, but they clearly are not any longer. Always got to blame trans people for everything, and holy shit, use some moisturizer, dude. Need a little cocoa butter or something. You ashy son of a fuck. Meanwhile, did you guys hear about the Karen who decided to pull down a teen's skirt because she thought it was too inappropriate? So this video got taken right after she walked up to a teen and jerked her skirt down because she didn't like how short it was. This is her friends recording it and screaming at her for sexually assaulting this young lady.
Why are you not? Let me do it. Oh my God. What the fuck? I happen to work for the state, and if I have to watch your ass cheeks hanging out again, I will call CPS. Do it. So, I will.
Yeah, go.
So, spoiler alert, this woman got arrested. The one claiming she's going to call CPS because she doesn't like the length of the girl's skirt got arrested for sexual assault. So, ha ha!
Right now.
She's over 18.
She is 19 years old.
But you don't get to touch her. You don't get to touch her.
We're all sitting over there.
You don't get to touch her. Then you can come up and talk to her, but you do not get to touch her.
Really?
We would love for you to call the police. Go ahead and call the police.
Really? You expect me not to go over there and sexually assault her? I got to see her butt cheeks, okay? I have the right to sexually assault anybody I want to. Really?
Why are you? It's not appropriate.
Yeah, call the police, bitch. Well, they did. They called the police and they arrested her. Yeah, viral Karen who pulled down teen's skirt because she thought her clothing was inappropriate, charged with sexual battery. Love it. And then, on the trash world, did you guys see the body cam video showing the handcuffed man telling Ohio officers, "I can't breathe," before he died? Yep, happened again.
His last words heard in the footage, "I can't breathe." In the video, we hear Frank Tyson yell those words out at least 7 times as cops try to subdue him, with one officer putting a knee on his upper back for about 40 seconds.
What?
We are only going to show you that moment once. What? And we have to warn you here, it is incredibly disturbing.
Biden specifically said he was going to reform the police and this was never going to happen again to George. Remember when he promised and then he did nothing? Butcher Biden. Not only did he not reform police, he sent bombs to murder children. This evil ghoul.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't. You don't want that.
Got a knee on the neck. Got a knee on the neck of a black man, murdering him.
That's the story right there. I'll be glad to read it for you.
Okay. I can't breathe.
You're fine.
Yep, you're fine. As he's dying.
This all happened.
You're fine. Just lay there and die. in Joe Biden's America. Meanwhile, let's check in on the robotic dogs and see how they're doing.
Death, the destroyer of worlds.
It's fine. It's fine. Let's just put like AI in charge of them and it'll work out. Trust me. Trust me. Nothing to worry about here, folks. Definitely not going to kill us all. And then on the trash world, what else we got? Oh, one more, folks. Oh, no, Artie, that was it all. All right, that was it. That was all of them. All right, cool. We did it. We did it. And with the robot dogs murdering us all. AI will fix it. Don't worry. It's our friend. It's our friend. I, for one, welcome our AI overlords. Yep, they do not care as they murder civilians. Why the fuck would they? If they get in trouble for it, taxpayers have to foot the bill. They're above the law. They can do anything. Gender reveal dogs. Pretty funny. Yes. It's a boy. Congratulations. No more Forrest. Yeah, you don't show about your butthole? Ha ha ha. Nope. Nope. I didn't show him. You got away with it. You got away with it. Next time, butthole for everybody. And all right, move right along, folks. Who loves overtime? We're only 5 minutes road time. We're about to hit it. And we still got a Chud Watch to do. We still got a Beyond Parody to do. We still got a What the Fuck to do. And we still got an OK Boomer to do, folks. Super long show tonight, so reward me if you love the content. But right now, it's time for... Talking about Chud Watch. We talk about Chuds and make fun of them. Woo! And folks, prepare to be shocked. Nope, wrong button. Zack Snyder, who is the protege of Kevin McCarthy, just got arrested for raping his child. What? Conservatives being pedophiles? Really? Oh, yeah, okay. It's almost always the case. Zach Shiver, 50, supervisor of Kent County 2nd District, and Kevin McCarthy's protege, was stabbed twice by his child in the upper torso. He's stable. For the alleged sexual assault of the other one of his children. One of his children stabbed him in order to stop him from raping their other child. So, nice. Yeah. It's always the people you most expect. Every accusation is confession. Raping kids all over the place. Going to blame trans people. That's how the game is played, y'all. Meanwhile, some good news. UK right-wing actor must pay $225,000 for calling drag race contestant and LGBTQ activist pedophiles. They need to have this done to every one of them. Free speech does not mean you can call innocent people pedophiles just because they're gay or they're drag or they're trans. The only reason people are doing that is to try to make their lives worse, to try to advocate violence against them, to try to make them less safe. It is not free speech to do that. Everyone on Twitter, all the people doing this on Twitter need to be sued to shit and back. And finally, some comeuppance. Somebody finally have to take responsibility for their shit. And speaking of which, Gateway Pundit, who is a far-right conspiratorial rag, filed for bankruptcy. Now, of course, the first thing they did is blame the left. They blamed lawfare. But no, the reason they went bankrupt is because they got sued by the same people that Rudy Giuliani got sued by. These two lovely ladies who worked in Maricopa County on the elections, who they claimed fraudulently tried to steal the elections for Joe Biden, but they had nothing to do with it. Yeah, that's why you got sued, for lying, for defaming these people. Had nothing to do with the left and lawfare. I know you're not going to take any responsibility because the right doesn't do that. But ha-ha! Enjoy bankruptcy, sluts. Meanwhile, oh shit. This one pisses me the fuck off, y'all. So, Governor Kristi Noem, this is literally the governor of a Republican state, y'all, admitted that she murdered her dog for no reason. She wrote this herself and released this herself, folks. This is how insane they are. This is how there's no consequences if you're a Republican. You can literally admit to anything. You can do anything and get away with it. I hated that dog, Noem recalls, calling Cricket. less than worthless as a hunting dog, untrainable. It was a 14-month-old puppy, y'all. She murdered her little puppy. And dangerous to anyone she came in contact with. At that moment, I realized I had to put her down, the governor recalls. Noam dragged Cricket to a gravel pit and shot her dead in front of a startled construction crew. It was not a pleasant job, but it had to be done, she recounts. And after it was over, I realized another unpleasant job needed to be done. The governor then decided that another one of her animals was deserving of summary execution. A mean old, disgusting, musky, rancid goat who sometimes chased her child and messed up their clothes. Pretty normal behavior if you've ever been around a goat, but in Noam's eyes, a capital offense. But unlike Cricket's merciful quick death, Noam botched her first shot at the goat and was forced to run back to her truck for more ammo to finish off the wounded animal. They're just literally murderers, torturers, and psychopaths running us and forcing us to pay for Israel's genocide. That's who owns us, folks. This is the one we're talking about, folks. This is how you get elected as a Republican. This is what they reward. Perfect! Take a flamethrower out, flamethrower some boxes, go get 1 million votes and dead. Governor of a state. Same cunt. Sorry to hear of President Bush's and Laura's loss of Barney. You can see our dogs are special to us too. Yeah, so special. We murder them in front of people for just having fun as puppies. But they're so special to us, y'all. Here she is. I don't know about you, but every day is spoil your dog day at our house. Hazel has it so tough. What about Cricket? How's Cricket's life? Supposedly this is the dog they murdered, folks. Well, the same breed, the same wire-haired pointer puppy breed that she murdered. This is what she summarily executed at 14 months, a little puppy just running around trying to enjoy its life. This is what the governor murdered and bragged about, folks. This is who our rulers are. This is who conservatives put in power, folks. I can't talk, though. I mean, Joe Biden's a child murderer, too, so I can't just blame conservatives. But yes, this is what conservatives put in power. Meanwhile, here's her defense, folks. She actually took to social media to try to defend herself. She said, "We love animals, but tough decisions like this happen all the time on the farm. Sadly, we just had to put down 3 horses a few weeks ago that had been in our family for 25 years. If you want more real, honest, and politically incorrect stories that'll have the media gasping, pre-order No Going Back." That's right, if you want to hear more stories about you murdered innocent animals, think about how much it'll trigger the liberals that we kill puppies, that we shoot them in the fucking head for having too much fun. Think of how sad they'll be when they read about us murdering dogs. Stupid liberals. Let's own them together. But that's what they're all about, folks. They're all about being sick, disgusting fuck monsters and putting it in our faces and getting rewarded because it's a trash world. Meanwhile, did you guys hear about George Santos ending his comeback? Apparently, he didn't raise any money at all. Shocking. I guess he just thought because he's a Trump stooge, they would elect him again. But of course, he said, "I'm dropping out for the good of the Republican Party because I don't want to split the party, y'all. I'm doing it because I'm selfless and I love the Republican Party, okay? I could totally win it if I wanted to, y'all. But I want to help the Republicans, so I'm dropping out. Lilas, I'm such a good guy." Nope, motherfucker. You a loser who's nobody supporting, and that's why you're dropping out. Meanwhile, in this beyond parody planet we live in, folks, Fox News is worried that 8-year-old kids might be discouraged from running for president if when they're 30, they have to pay off hush money to somebody they had sex with. This is a real concern, folks. Think of all the really good candidates that we might have that might decide not to run because they paid hush money.
Consequence of this case that could be life-altering for the former president, and that's in the hands of these 12 people.
Does this set a precedent for other people who want to run for president? What if they've done something like this in the past and they could say, "Oh, well, they told me in 8th grade they wanted to run for president, so since they paid off a girl when they were 30 years old, then that was election interference."
Right, because
yeah, what if I were to run for president when I was a kid, and then when I'm 30, I paid some hush money, and then I'm like, I can't run for president now. Good. If you pay off hush money to any fucking body, you should be running for goddamn president. The fuck's wrong with y'all? Good lordy. Fox News is wild, y'all. And meanwhile, I love this one. So Fox News just randomly going out to an ordinary diner with ordinary American citizens. This is definitely not pre-planned in any way. These people are not planted. And I dare you say they are. Just like any normal diner across America, people are just sitting around the diner draped in Trump flags.
Lawrence, I don't know how this is going to land with a jury, much less the public.
Yeah, Will, you make an interesting point because you talk about the case. And as you know, the former president continues to make this theme that they're after you, the American public. This is not about me. This is about targeting a political opponent. I was talking to this young lady right here. Hey, how you doing? Good morning. We were talking about the former president being under prosecution right now. What do you make of it? Do you think that is fair?
No, I don't think it's fair. It's ridiculous. They're just trying to...
I walk around draped in a Trump flag. Of course I don't think it's fair.
Keep him busy so he can't run.
You were telling me yesterday that as you thought about the case and you were watching about what was going on.
You were talking to this random diner eater yesterday? Okay.
On in New York, it brought you to tears. Why is that?
Tears, because we need Trump back or else we're going to lose our country. We're going to lose our country. And what's happening with these protesters?
Our country's already lost. Okay? The United States of America doesn't exist anymore. We were taken over by a foreign government already, so it's game over for America.
It's heartbreaking. It's history happening.
You ain't crying. Look at us crocodiles. It's heartbreaking. No tears, bitch. You a bad actress.
Again, and they don't understand how bad it could get or will get if we don't get Trump back in.
Thank you so much. Let's talk with
Thank you so much, completely random citizen. Good God, but yeah, people will buy that shit. People are that dumb. Meanwhile, Newt Gingrich is worried that Trump is going to go to jail just like those civil rights workers in Mississippi in the 1960s. Because, folks, isn't he basically the same thing? Paying off a woman hush money to keep quiet an affair you had while your wife is pregnant is basically the same exact thing as being a civil rights protester in the 60s in Mississippi.
I think in terms of the court, something that Speaker Mike Johnson said really struck home with me when he said about the decision on whether or not to help Israel and Ukraine, that this is not a game. Let me tell you, I am deeply worried that tomorrow a totally corrupt judge and a totally corrupt district attorney are going to try to put a former president of the United States, candidate of his party, and front runner in the polls in jail. Now, I think this is so horrendous that there has to be some way to reach out to the Supreme Court. I mean, this is literally like some of the civil rights workers in Mississippi in the 1960s.
Shamelessness is their superpower, folks. Exactly the same as civil rights protesters in Mississippi. Yikes. And meanwhile, Pecker is testifying at Trump's trial. Yes, that's his real name. Pecker used to run National Enquirer. Man, this whole thing is just so depressing. We already kind of knew about a lot of this, but what happens a lot, this illustrates it. A lot of these media companies, they buy stories. And so they go to the person that's going to sell the story. In this case, one of the people, McDougal, one of the people Trump fucked and was going to release the story. They go to her and they're like, we're going to buy your story. We want to run your story, right? We're going to run it in the National Enquirer. We'll pay you all this money for your story. And she's like, yes, I want the story out there. And I want to get paid for the story. So they sell the story to the National Enquirer, and they also sign an NDA that they're not allowed to ever mention the story ever. It's only allowed to be exclusively reported on in the National Enquirer and nowhere else. And if she peeps a word of this story to anybody else after they pay her, then she has violated her non-disclosure agreement, and they can sue her for tons of fucking money. But they're okay with it. Like, McDougal's okay with it because she thinks the National Enquirer is going to release the story. It's going to get out there, so it doesn't matter. And she gets paid for it too. So they buy her story, and then they turn around and immediately sell the story to Donald Trump to keep it under wraps. So if you're rich, you can literally keep anything you do out of the press by just paying money to buy it off. You can literally win the presidency doing that. And he admitted on the stand that he knew it was election interference. He knew that they were doing it in order to make sure Donald Trump wasn't hurt by that in his presidential bid. And that's why he bought the story and then sold it to Donald Trump to pay it off. He even, this guy from the, this rag, admitted that Donald Trump was one of his mentors. So unsurprising on any of this shit. The National Enquirer, I drew a blank on it. Been a long time since I've read the National Enquirer. Inquiring minds want to know. Remember those commercials? Meanwhile, it doesn't matter how much you suck up to Donald Trump. He has this fetish for humiliating people. So, AG Bill Barr, who was his attorney general, sucked his dick, did his bidding every single way, has now come forward and said he's going to vote for Donald Trump. Donald Trump can't take the win, has to humiliate the guy in public anyway, even though the guy's trying to suck up to him. Wow, former AG Bill Barr, who let a lot of great people down by not investigating voter fraud in our country, has just endorsed me for president, despite the fact that I called him weak, slow-moving, lethargic, gutless, and lazy. Based on the fact that I greatly appreciate his wholehearted endorsement, I am removing the word lethargic from my statement. Thank you, Bill. MAGA 2024. I love it. Eat shit, Bill. Eat shit. He's shitting all over you, and you will still worship him because this is what you are. Just a bottom feeder, a doormat to be walked all over, and you're getting treated exactly like you deserve. Love it. You must have complete loyalty to Trump. He must have no loyalty to anybody. Meanwhile, shockingly, Beanie Baby Tim Pool, I'm going to start calling him Bald Tim Pool. Bald Tim Pool, letting his audience know that he's about to interview Donald Trump. Going to clearly do a softball interview with no tough questions asked whatsoever because he's the greatest president of our lifetime.
But I am disappointed. Now, that being said, as I've mentioned this before, there is a strong likelihood coming soon. We will have a Timcast IRL episode with the former president and the man I will be voting for regardless of all this.
What? Left-wing Tim Pool voting for Donald Trump? Going to have Donald Trump on? What? How can this be? He told us so many times how he was not a conservative. He's not a Republican. He's criticizing the left from the left. I know that because Sean Head told me that. Sean Head told me he's a left-leaning guy, okay? How is this possible?
Especially considering what are you going to do, vote for Joe Biden? Yeah, right. There's a lot of reasons I like Donald Trump, and foreign policy is one of them. And a lot of people who are more moderate are criticizing Donald Trump for his support of members of Congress and the Ukraine funding bill and things like this. Yeah, don't care. Literally don't care. Donald Trump says he's the most pro-Israel president ever. Don't care.
I know, don't care.
Look, you've got an option of the destruction of this country with woke insanity and Joe Biden, the deep state failures, everything they've screwed up, the failing economy. There's no question.
The failing
Trump's
economy.
far from perfect, but he's actually the best president of my lifetime.
Definitely.
And that's
Isn't that true?
Unfortunately not saying a lot, but hey, I'll take it.
No.
I have tremendous respect for the accomplishments that Donald Trump was able to do.
So many accomplishments.
And I think he really does try to represent the people, and that's why they're coming after him this hard.
Representing the people. Totally. Bald Tim Pool. Mask off, but the mask was never on, unlike the beanie. And then, it's how scary it's getting, folks. So Trump's lawyers going to the Supreme Court arguing that he has the right to be immune from prosecution, that he has blanket immunity to do whatever he wants to do as president. Dictator, king. And they're just asking them outright. So you're saying that if a president doesn't like his political opponent, he could just murder his political opponent and not face any repercussions whatsoever? Here's the response.
Counsel, it can be alleged, but it has to be proven. Malum in se is a concept long viewed as appropriate in law, that there's some things that are so...
Anyway, I'm going to skip this one. It's a 4-minute long video. But basically, she asked, if a president says a rival is corrupt and orders their assassination, is that within his official acts for which he can get immunity? And Trump's lawyer says, it would depend on the hypothetical. But yes. So I guess they're saying that Joe Biden has the right to murder Donald Trump. But see, they don't think Joe Biden has the guts to do that. So they're okay with having this pass with making presidents immune because they think Joe Biden is too much of a pussy to take advantage of it. But Donald Trump would do it. Dictator from day one. Already told us. I'm going to skip that one. And last but not least, folks, we all know what they mean when they say DEI. Jack Piece of Shit Big says, this is the judge in the Michigan alternate electors case against Trump supporters. To which his fans reply, we need to remove these DEI judges. What is it about her that makes her DEI? Just automatically assuming if you're black, you didn't earn that position. If you're black, you only got the job because you're black. This is some old school racism. The 80s are back again, folks. They not even trying to hide it. And that is my Chud Watch. And time to smoke a bowl. I wish I'm in overtime. Who loves overtime? You all love overtime. Reward me for overtime. Tim sucking Trump. Nobody's surprised. He is fucking pathetic in every goddamn way. I wish I could fight Tim Pool, but he ain't never going to fight me. He's too much of a wuss. Even though it's not like I'm a badass or anything. But he'd have to take the beanie off, so can't have that. Bald Tim Pool. So fucking ashamed. Just be bald, Tim Pool. Don't do shit like put powder in your hair or have hair transplants. Just accept being bald like I did. Blink, 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 blink. All right, folks, let's move along. Got to get it going. Let's do some Beyond Parody. Okay, let's see. It's I guess I need to did that fix it? Shut up. Your parody. You guys hear the crackle of that? No, it's this one I need to fix. All right, it's that one. Monitor off. I need to monitor and output. Maybe this one. Cat, would you get your ass out of my face, please? Thank you. Now I heard it. All right, there it goes. I heard it that time. Cool. I got it. Sweet. I fixed it. Cat, you're not helping. It's like, I'm not trying to help, motherfucker. I'm trying to put ass in your face. Ass, 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 y'all. All right. I'm going to show them your butt. You better watch it. Everybody going to see your booty hole. Fuck around and find out. Why are you showing on my bed? Don't show on my red sheets. You cute little in the heat horn dog. Look at this horn dog. Look at this horn dog. So cute. So cute. But you're messing up my show. Don't mess up my show. Don't mess it up. Leave it alone. All right. First off, on tonight's Beyond Parody. Back to Hassan Piker. And this is hilarious, folks. Dipshit Piers Morgan trying to have a serious interview with crackhead Barbie. Good God. What? No audio? God damn it. I fucked it up. Motherfucker, you son of a fucking bitch. You goddamn cunt, motherfucker. All right. Here we go. Let's try that again. Cat ass in my face. Cat ass in my face. All right, cat. Not helping. Move out the fucking way. All right, let's try it again.
You know what, Crackhead? I tried to give you a hearing. You're not going to take it seriously. I actually think you're doing.
Anything.
You may want to shout. Yeah, you may want to shout and scream at Alec Baldwin. All right. I think we've heard enough of Crackhead, to be honest with you. All right, let's bring in my panel. Streamer Hassan Piker, journalist Emily Austin, uncensored contributor Esther Kraku, and podcaster James Barr. Well, Emily, I mean, on one level, I guess it was quite funny, but on another level, I didn't like what she did to Alec Baldwin. I've got no truck for Alec Baldwin whatsoever. And I think with this case that he's got hanging over him, I hope that justice is served, because ultimately he did fire the gun that killed that poor woman and has been on some kind of weird PR tour ever since. But I don't like to see any public figure, whether it's Eric Adams, the mayor, on a plane, or Alec Baldwin getting a coffee, harangued and harassed in that manner. Now, I tried to conduct a serious interview. She obviously wasn't interested in doing that, wanted to turn the whole thing into a foul-mouthed rant and joke and performative thing. Fine. That's entirely her right to do it. But what did you think of these harassings, not just by her, but by other people, of public figures?
You tried to conduct a serious interview with crackhead Barbie?
Oh, snap, mic drop. Yeah, you tried to conduct a serious interview with crackhead Barbie. Okay, yeah. You dumb, and you should feel bad about it, Piers Morgan. Good God, what a ridiculous human being. And then, I'd love to see it when they get hoisted by their own petard folks. They deleted the post. God, why? Why would you delete this? Fucking... So anyway, the gist of this story is J.K. Rowling, I guess, misunderstood that a trans man, you know, assigned female at birth, but then transitioned to male, was a trans woman. So, was telling this trans man that she would never be a real woman. Yikes! Anyway, I can't show you because I fucking read it, deleting everything. Censorship. Meanwhile, over there on free speech absolutist website X/Twitter, Elon Musk is like, don't take my word for it, just ask Australia PM. This road leads to free speech and truth. This road leads to censorship and propaganda. This guy says, let's see, cisgender, yes. Visibility limited. This post may violate X rules against hateful conduct. Literally saying the word cisgender is enough to get your post not removed, but nobody can see it. So it's exactly the same as it's removed. It's a loophole for how they can remove shit without removing it, to say they're for free speech, even while they literally censor you from saying what you want to say. So hilarious. Everything they say is a lie. Everything they do is full of shit. Meanwhile, MAGA candidate bought cowboy drag for Senate. This is how stupid our politics are, folks. Literally, this is how you get elected. You do cosplay. If you're in Texas, you have to pretend like you're a shit kicker. Dude went to his local boot outlet and spent $800 buying this stupid fucking outfit so he can pretend to be a cowboy to get votes from ignorant rednecks.
I think first and foremost is integrity, with character,
definitely
reaching out in the community, the importance that everyone needs an education.
Jeff Gunter.
We lost many family members.
He's a
in the Holocaust.
Superhero.
They're part of what
redneck
was
shit
known as the
kicker.
Minsk
Anyway, fuck this
massacres.
motherfucker. He put a tax bill in to write off his $800 cosplay, where he went and got this ill-fitting shirt to show off his gut and his belt buckle. Because Texas, everything's bigger in Texas, especially the assholes. And last but not least, on Beyond Parody, oh my God, we're so fucking doomed. We got this zombie motherfucker in the White House. He's been infected with an Israeli parasite. He's barely alive at this point, folks. Here he is looking at the teleprompter, and it's all like the stage bullshit because our politics is all a play. Where he's supposed to say 4 more years, and then the crowd is supposed to chant just, you know, off the cuff, 4 more years, but it's all staged. It's all a play. It's all an act. So this half-dead motherfucker starts reading pause, where he's supposed to pause and let them chant 4 more years. He's reading the bullshit off the teleprompter without knowing what he's reading.
Imagine what we can do next. 4 more years, pause.
4 more years, 4 more years, 4 more years.
Imagine what we can
He's
do
dead,
next.
y'all. It's a dead man. It's a corpse.
4
It's Weekend of
more
Bernie's.
years, pause.
4 more years.
Good God. This is the guy sending 2,000-pound bombs to murdered children. This corpse. And this is somehow our better choice in the presidential election. This is how dunzo this country is, folks. It's over. The American experiment ended. And that's my Beyond Parody. And let's roll right along to some... What the fuck? And folks, it's Jover. AI, now indistinguishable. You talking about getting catfished? You ain't gonna be able to believe shit anymore.
其实有些人说，哎，这个直播换脸它的效果不是很好。我现在用的就是这个直播实时录像。那么直播的话，它这个
I'm gonna prefer myself to 30 years old, be 30 years old forever.
它都是一个常规操作。
I'm gonna fill in my hairline.
这个东西是不会破相的，就是包括什么戴口罩啊，或者这个吃个饭什么的。就比如说这个吃个饭，我先把这个美颜关一下，不然的话等一下会影响。
Imagine what it's gonna be like in 5 years.
喝水，然后什么摸脸，然后什么捏脸，这种。
As much as politics is fucked now, it's gonna get way worse. Meanwhile, did you guys see the substitute teacher fighting with a student? So it says that the student was calling him the N-word, and he got in a fight with him. Where's the goddamn video? Did they take the video down? Why does everything keep taking the fucking video down? Oh, here it is over here. What the fuck's he doing over here for? Why is it not playing? Play! Volume, bitch!
Video showing a fight between a student and a substitute teacher at a high school in Las Vegas. Thank you for joining us at 4. I'm Kirsten Joyce.
I'm Brian Loftus. Now, sources telling 8 News Now that a staff member was arrested, now facing battery charges. 8 News Now education reporter Joshua Pagero live in studio with what may have provoked the incident between the teacher and student.
Yeah, so this video here was shot at Valley High School. Right there, you see this teacher punching the student several times, knocking him to the ground, and even punching him some more while the student is at the floor. Look at that right there.
I'll say fair game.
8 News Now sources identifying the teacher as Raquan Smith, and that the student was using a racial slur towards the teacher.
The student attacked him first. He was just defending himself. Substitute teachers have a right to defend themselves.
The incident allegedly began in the classroom when the teacher asked the student to leave after using the N-word. We're also hearing the student might have grabbed the teacher's shirt. Again,
you can see it. He grabbed the shirt. He ripped his shirt off. And he got those hands.
Also learning that the student was arrested.
Not guilty.
This happened at Valley High School this morning. And
set that hero free. But of course, they'll fire him, charge him with crimes, because I guess you can't beat up students with when you're a teacher or whatever. And then on what the fuck? Did you guys hear about this douchebag couple who thought it would be a good idea to go to a parking lot and pull out semi-automatic rifles and pose with him for their stupid YouTube channel? But it turned out that the parking lot they were in was a daycare. Yeah, here's some bad life decisions for you.
Also on 7, a stunt bringing double trouble. 2 people getting a lesson in the law accused of pulling out guns near a school. 7's Jessica Vallejo is live in Southwest Miami-Dade with the latest. Jessica.
Yeah, it was a moment of terror and scare for parents and staff here at the daycare. But the 2 who pulled out a gun say apparently it was all a social media stunt. Did you point the gun at a school? Estrella Maria Pereira out on bail following a night in lockup.
Anything to say to the parents or children at the daycare?
After being charged for her part in a daycare scare.
Super dangerous as a father or as a grandfather as I am to have something like that happen here.
Caught on surveillance video, Pereira and Montgomery is in this Kendall parking lot Monday. Feet from a daycare, front and center, and according to cops, with a loaded rifle.
I've been coming to a skating rink since I was a kid, back in the days, and we had kid stuff here, but nothing like that.
I was shocked because what type of people, like, why would they be doing that?
A parent calling 911 as Pereira and Ruiz took out 2 rifles out of a Corvette and then aiming straight at the Devon Air Kitty College near Southwest 112th Street and 123rd Avenue. It's insane. As terror unfolded outside, the daycare was put on lockdown.
We did everything in our power to protect the children that are here in the facility, and we followed every measure to stay safe.
Shortly after, the duo arrested. Pereira and Ruiz appeared in court Tuesday and are now facing several criminal charges.
I understand he may have been doing this for social media purposes or an advertisement.
Yes, it was an apparent social media stunt for Ruiz's account, which showcases his love for guns online.
For social media, it's gone a little too far.
Yeah, fucking morons! I don't think they were trying to cause any harm to anybody, but definitely fucking idiots. So I guess here's the attention you ordered, morons. And one more on the what the fuck. And I don't know what this is, folks. Now, I guess it's possible this is just a dad being super awkward and weird to his kid. And this is not meant to be sexual in any way. This is just a dude being weird and making a horrible mistake on national television. Or it's pedophilia. You be the judge.
Fuck's all this about?
One of the sort of favourites, one of the targets. And some players go for being...
Hi, yeah, I'm nibbling on my son's ear. This is definitely not weird at all. No. Normal as fuck, folks. Nothing to see here.
What's all this about?
Yep. Super cool. Yikes. Anyway, I don't know, folks. I don't know. Maybe that's fine. And that is my what the fuck section. Yep, I know. What the fuck? And what we gotta say about that dirty sexy pores is that just normal father-son camaraderie, just some embarrassing bullshit on national television, or should we call CPS immediately? You be the judge. Yeah, I know. It's weird. That's why I was on the what the fuck. I get it. Believe me, I get it. And it seems that their fitness is nuts. Yeah, they're fit, I guess. Get real fit in prison. Do that prison workout. Dusty things, the stupid things you can do on film. Yeah, I don't know if they knew the camera was there. It seems like they should have. Not very smart, though, in my opinion. He clearly sees the camera. Yep, I know, right? You think you wouldn't do that. I'm assuming he was just trying to embarrass his son and just was way overboard with it. But no, I agree. That's not normal. He's a youth pastor. It's okay. Just drop your kids off. They'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen? And, all right. Last but not least, folks, I got 2 of these. Let's get it done. Last chance to get your super chats in if you want to support the world's greatest show. But lastly,
okay, boomer, go towards the light. Boomer, go towards the light. Go towards the light.
Just do it. Woo! And folks, as we all know, boomer is a mindset. It's not necessarily about how old you are. It's about your attitude and how you act. So this gentleman, not technically super old, but definitely has the boomer mindset. And also, why is everybody who has the Cybertruck a complete fucking douchebag? A complete insecure, tiny dick moron. This guy obviously bought the Cybertruck to make up for his shortcoming. So when the video starts, what has just happened is these kids made a joke to him about the gas pedal getting stuck on his Cybertruck, which has been happening. They recalled every single Cybertruck because of the design flaw, which caused the gas pedal to get stuck. I guess not a gas pedal, an accelerator pedal, whatever. Fuck you guys. The accelerator got stuck on full, and so they made a joke about it, and this dude flips his wig, threatens these kids, goes fucking off. I assume because of his micro penis. Let's watch.
What's wrong with you people?
Is this the best thing you have to do today?
No, I had a fine day. I don't want to have anything to do with you faggots.
We don't either.
Stop running your mouth at me and I won't react to you.
Got it.
I want nothing more than to rip off your head and spit down your throats.
Got it, yeah. We're sorry.
You cyclists screw up all the streets.
Okay.
You're unbearable.
It's the cyclists that are douchebags, not the Cybertruck owner.
You run around in your spandex and your baggy little helmets, and then you run your mouth at me as I try to drive to work?
I dare you.
You're such bitches.
Sorry about that.
I'm sorry Elon Musk said things that hurt your feelings.
No, we were just trying to poke fun at the gas pedal issue.
Yeah, you're trying to be a bitch.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
we were honestly, it was just the recent the gas pedal headline.
You can tell that Cybertruck is now part of his personality. That's what he's revolved his whole self-identity around. And so when they attack the Cybertruck, it's literally an attack on him as a person. And you can't have that. He's so insecure he can't take it.
The recall.
People when you're on your bike as they drive by.
Well, we get heckled a lot by people in cars, and we're sorry. We're just being stupid kids. Yeah. Honestly.
Someday you're gonna say the wrong thing to the wrong dude.
Understood.
Might have been that dude.
Understood. Yeah. Sorry about that.
God.
Have a good day.
The amount of insecurity in that clip. That is exactly how you do not act if you are secure in your own masculinity. If you're comfortable in your own skin. I almost feel sorry for that douchebag, oh, but I don't. Exactly the type of person you would expect to buy a Cyberstuck. And last but not least, this very angry old man in a PT Cruiser. I guess he's mad because they have a Palestinian sign on their car. And he wants them to be raped and stuff because of it.
What signage?
On the back of your car.
Yeah.
I'm objecting to it. I'm telling you that if you attack
I didn't ask you for your opinion.
Yes, you do.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you are.
You can go somewhere.
No, no, no.
You're like 90 years old.
Come after you and kill you. Get it?
You're gonna come after me and kill me.
If you attack
for what?
women,
who's attacking your? What are you talking about?
If you attack and rape our women,
bro,
we will attack.
Thank you. Thank you.
You attack.
Go somewhere, you old crusty bitch.
We will come after you.
Come after me. I'll break your fucking hip. Get out of the car. Thank you, baby.
You attack our women.
Make it home safe, you old bitch.
Read our signage.
My sign says, thank you.
Yeah, get fucked. Go towards the light. Just do it. You clearly don't want to be on the planet anymore. No reason for you to be. Go to Jesus. And that is my OK Boomer section. Hell yeah. And another amazing show tonight. You did 2.5 hours. A little more than that. And folks, stay tuned for the after party where we have all of this stuff to cover down here. From here all the way down. Available to all of the Dust Buddies and the patrons. If you're not a patron, please correct yourself and help out the show. I would very much appreciate it. And all right, let's finish up with a little super chats. Thanks for the continue to speak all about Gaza. Hey, no problem. Thank you for supporting the show. Galikios. JT. Cat ass. Always cat ass on the Dusty Show. I have a belly button. What? You mean you were born? No way, dude. Joop. What up, Joop? There's nothing cuter in this world than a cat meowing like they're asking a question. Look at this horny motherfucker. Rolling around, all writhing around. She's so cute. She's so cute, goddammit. Too cute for words. Yeah, I know. How did you get so cute? Evolutionary design to manipulate you into loving them. And it works. It works. I don't want to fuck you. Get your butt away from me. And King Yellowman. Not trans. I know, not a drag queen. Crazy. BBC, where's Lee Harvey Oswald when we need him? Anyway, Cadaver Joe and Pumpkin Face are going to ensure the democracy of our freedom and things of the past. Oh yeah, that democracy and our freedom are things of the past. True story. Here's some cash for the critters. I know, right? Constitution suspended. Free speech over. United States of Israel in full effect. How depressing. Thank you, BBC. Jupe, what would Jisoo do? I wish Blackpink was as big as Taylor Swift. K-pop. I never listened to no K-pop, but you know what I listen to? I listen to you, Jupe. And you're a badass song about cakes. Maximus, Christopher Hitchens' best argument in Christianity. Vicarious redemption is immortal. Accepting Jesus as your savior is the most immoral thing you can do. Yep. You don't have to make amends to anybody you've hurt. You don't have to even better yourself as a person and make sure that things don't happen again in the future. Just ask your imaginary friend for forgiveness and it's like it never happened. Swaggering Cat, the pharaohs dared me to baptize them. Not sure what to do with that. Anyway, they said they're guards. Don't do it. It's a trick. I'm pretty sure cats hate water. Thank you, Swaggering. Scritches to your critters from me. Eon Hinge, $10. Here's $10 for you to go slap that chip and dip crunching bee. A biatch for me. Cheers. I know she was so annoying. She had to eat while she was doing the video to show how little she cared. She's so aloof and above it all. Welcome to Dust Buddies, Neuropsych. Spam the chat with impunity. Hey, Dusty, you ever need a laugh? I recently found a channel called Libubby Child. Just wanted to share something funny. Thank you for what you do. Hey, send me some links on Twitter. I'll check that out. Thank you, K. Condor. Finwolf, $100. Very generous, Finn. Woo! Finwolf, you are a candle in the dark. I'm sorry for falling behind on your website. Oh, no problem. It's all good. It's no hurry on it. I'm still planning to swing your way one of these weekends to talk about it and get some pics of the fur babies. Hell yeah. As always, if any of you guys are near Grenada, Mississippi, you can come by and buy me some Mexican. I love me some Mexican. The food, too. Get the 10 Cult Dusty memberships. Ivy Evans, hero of the show. Thank you, Ivy. I appreciate you and your socialism. Did I read that? BBC $100? I think I read that already. I hope this helps you, brother. It does? All right, I did it, BBC. Love you much. Thank you for continuing to speak out Gaza. I read that. And Justin Joseph, $5. Calling someone a boomer is equivalent to what calling someone is in a square in the 60s. True story. Totally lame, uncool, and complete total true. It's not really about age. It's not really a generation. It's about a mindset and a mentality. Usually conservatives have it, but it's usually people that are either privileged or very insecure. So, appreciate that, Justin Joseph. And thank you, everybody who supported the show tonight. Go join my Patreon, folks. You can leave me tips on PayPal. I get more money that way if you want to do that. Send me things on my P.O. Box. Link in the description of all that, in the description of every single video. Fuck yeah. But let's go ahead and do a kitty party. You motherfuckers know what time it is. Know what time it is. Time for a kitty party. You dropped my... All right, move so I can find my mouse. What did you do with it? You guys dropped my mouse. Where does it go? Okay. All right, let's play a song just for the fuck of it. I'm going to play a theme. I don't think I've ever played this theme before. Would you guys... Dudes, get the fuck off. Get off. All right, here we go.
Now gather round, children.
Hell yeah. Gather round, children.
It's time for a tale.
Time for a tale, y'all.
About a white-haired man that you all know well.
You know me well.
He tried to be good.
I tried to be good. It's for cucks, though.
This world rewards evil.
I lost my fucks.
He lost all his fucks.
All of them.
Now he revels in watching the fall of mankind.
Fall, sluts.
Searching the net.
We got Pretty Boy, Half Stash, Misty back, Violet, Miss Katana making an appearance, Baby Piper, and Baby Precious. A good turnout on tonight's kitty party. We did it. Fuck yeah.
It's time for the evil dusty show. It's time for the evil dusty show. You're all gonna die. There's no reason for hope. It's time for the evil dusty show.
Folks, join me on tonight's after party. We're going to cover even more stuff available to all of the Dust Buddies and the patrons. Get on there. The rest of you I will see on Monday. It's only a weekend away, so have a good weekend. That is a demandment. I love you guys. As always, till next time, Logic. Fuck yes. Good night, everybody. Switch over now. Hell yeah.